All right, I think I clicked it. What's going on? It's your boy SB. What's good? What's good? What's good? Hope everybody had a blessed week, man. You know what today is, so you know what that means. It's Thursday, so we live up in this piece. Y'all know I'm trying to get these settings right as usual. Ha ha! We in here though. We in here though. Oh yeah, brother. Sorry. I had some coffee. You guys are this is how I am. You guys are seeing the real me. I just be doing silly stuff sometimes. Oh, snaps. All right. But what's good? What's good? Hope everybody had a blessed week, man. We up in here. It's Thursday. I think I'm good with this. Oh, actually, I'm not. But I had some coffee. It was bomb. You feel me? I'm going to the gym today. Whew. All right. Who we got in the building? Icy Lambo, what up? Says happy Thursday. Let's make sure we smash that like button, guys. Let's smash that like button, guys. Shout out to Icy. Icy. Too icy. Icy. Too icy. Too icy. Too icy. Icy. Too icy. Too icy. All right, my bad. That coffee is real. My bad. Let me stay on planet Earth for a little while. All right. Fix my collar that I don't have. How was everybody's week so far? Mine was blessed. Mine was great. Hope you had a great one. We almost at 10K, right? You feel me? We almost there. I need to stop playing and start uploading. No, you feel me? That's the issue. We would have been in 10K. We would have been in 10K last year if I would have, but I stopped a few times with good reasons, good reasoning behind it. But once you when you stop, I was consistent. Like I was uploading a lot. So when you stop that, it could be challenging to catch that rhythm back. You know what I mean? For me, not everybody. There's people who could do it, but for me, I got, I think too, my thing is I be trying to do so much. But yeah, 10K, we almost there. It's gonna be super dope when we get there. Like statistically, I forgot. I saved a few videos. I was talking about it, like the actual statistics of how many people hit 10K. Even though there's a lot of people that have 10K, when you look at it as overall content creators, it's hundreds and hundreds, probably like I don't want to say a million, but probably channels of people who's trying to do content creation, and like the percentage of people who hit 10K is like 1% out of the whole pool of content creators. So that's pretty official. So I definitely want to hit that. That's gonna be a milestone. Haven't been putting in the work though. Can't even lie. Can't lie. We gotta call a spade a spade. You gotta, you know what I mean? Geo, what's good with you, fam? I'm going back to Geo. Geo. I know that don't say what I think it say. I couldn't even read it because I was like, no. That don't even comprehend. Geo on Amazon? Geo. Oh, let me read it. My bad. Let me finish reading. All right. It says, I'm going back to Amazon on May 22nd here in Southern California. Hey, we're going to have to link up. I'm about to be back in Cali pretty soon. Not to stay, but to visit. I always visit out there, but I'm about to be out there pretty soon. So we might have to link up, man. Say what's up. All right. Southern California. I'm from SoCal too. So I mean, I live in Arizona, but all my family's in SoCal. That's where I was born and raised. We're gonna have to link up, Gio. We chopped it up a lot of times online. We're gonna have to link up, Brody, when I go out there to SoCal. I was watching some videos last night on YouTube about Newport Beach. Sad story. Newport Beach is not the same. Not the same. All the storage is all closed down. Newport Beach. Newport Beach was lit back in the day. It's a whole nother ball game now. I was like, wow. So I'm definitely gonna visit Newport Beach when I go out there. I think I'm gonna visit Hollywood Boulevard because I haven't been there either. I want to see what that looks like. I might do some vlogs on that too, just so I can document that because it's not gonna be. You feel me? Newport's not. It's already not Newport. It's not what it used to be. But it's like I want to catch it before it goes all the way downhill. At least I can have that just on my page, you know. Anyways, you sell there in California as a seasonal at a different location. I got to stack money. Yes, I'm still trying out for the NBA G League. Okay, let's go, Gio. September. We hope you get that, Gio. See, I like these lives. I wasn't gonna go live today. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Every time I cut on the camera though, I feel it. You know what I mean? I feel it. Off topic, sorry, but it's like I feel like recording right now. I feel like making a vlog right now. I didn't feel like it earlier. So I appreciate y'all. You feel me? I appreciate these lives. But now I have to redirect that feeling to action and shoot these vlogs. Ooh-wee. Let me finish the comment. Oh, I did. So we hope you get that, Gio. You feel me? So I can be like, oh yeah, I know somebody in the G League. Yeah, the homie in the G League. You know? We hope you get that, man. All right. Gio says, for now, I'm going back to Amazon. For now, giving it a second chance. I'm doing this until I get my dream music or sports. There's nothing wrong with that. I was saying that from the gate. Nothing wrong with that, fam. Be strategic. First off, mindset, though. Mindset. I would try to avoid the mindset that you got in last time. You know what I mean? Whatever you do, when you get there, if you get a promotion, you don't. You get ambassador, you don't come. You know what I mean? Just stay motivated. Don't worry about who's getting promoted and who's not. Stay focused. You know what I mean? Stay motivated and keep your mind right. You got a lot of stuff that you're trying to do. NBA, G League, you feel me? Your music career. Your mind being in the right mindset is potent. It's key. Amazon does a great job of poking at your mind and your spirit. You feel me? And breaking people's spirits. Great job at doing that. So protect your mindset. You know what I mean? Especially when you're doing stuff outside of this company. That's a must. So that's my, my encouragement, man, and my advice for you this time around. Because last time you was it wasn't the best mind space to be in. You know what I mean? But it's okay. We live and we learn. So I would encourage you to make sure the mind stays right. You know what I mean? And you in the right. Can y'all hear me good? I think mine sound good. Yeah, it looks good. Oh, but yeah, keep that mind state right, fam, because we need you in that G League. And then just use Amazon. Use them the same way they use you. Collect them checks. Save up. I'm doing that right now. I got promotion. I got marketing and promotion going on right now because of Amazon. Facts. I'm running some marketing right now. I've been running it for the last 2 months. No, not 2 months. Like the last month. You know what I mean? I got my marketing budget. That's what it was. It was the TV. I was wondering, like, what's mess with something's not adding up with these lights on my camera. It was the TV behind me. But yeah, as soon as I get paid every week, some of it goes to marketing. So that's what for your music, my guy, every check you get, put 20, 50, something like that away just for your marketing and promotion. Because it's really working for me right now. All right. For now, going back to Amazon. For now, giving it a second chance. I'm doing this so I keep your mindset right. Good call. Keep your mindset right. Uriah was good, fam. Yo, SB, I got the Central Flow lead. Hey, you feel me? Shout out to you, fam. That's huge. That's major. Any advice? You may want to start a prayer life. If you don't pray, you may want to start. Oh, I'm serious. All right. Same advice I just gave Gio. Mental. You feel me? Mental. Now it's like a guessing game. It's like chance, but it's not chance. You don't know where you're gonna fall. You ever seen that what is that? They put marbles in like this thing and it falls down and there's, you know what I mean? And you can win a prize, but it has to fall in the right one. You don't know business need. Oh, wait, you're Central Flow lead for BNA 12. Okay. So you already got that. I'm not aware of that site. I've heard of it. I'm not sure how they are, but any advice, it's the same advice, the fundamental advice for any and everything that I operate on in life. Mental. Keep your mental motivated. Keep your mental positive. You know what I mean? Especially at Central Flow. You feel me? Especially it's new stuff getting added like this, like that. So when that happens, first off, keep your mental. Like I said, that's fundamental. Everything gets built on top of that. It must. Your mind got to be right. Keep your mind right. And then it's always a lot of changes at Central Flow. So whenever those changes happen, if you don't understand anything, reach out to somebody. Most preferably your AM, so they can have the awareness. Okay, they don't get it. You know what I mean? Like they're tracking on that. They're very self-reliant when it comes to that department. Like they expect you learn. If you miss something, it's your responsibility, as it should be. But make noise. You know what I mean? Don't ever be scared to learn. That's how I always was. And I thought that was that's not a weak thing. Like when I first came into Amazon, I didn't know the SKUs and the BOOs and the XOOs. I would get confused. And hey, ambassador, hold up. What's this again? What's this again? I would ask questions as many times as I need until I had that understanding, because it's the fundamental thing. So anyways, mindset first. After that, it's always a lot of changes. If you need any questions, make sure that you reach out to your AM and you make sure you got an understanding of what needs to be done. You know what I mean? So those are the two basic things. If you just do that, you're going to be good. And I don't know your goal. Are you trying to move up? If you're trying to move up, you're going to have to go that extra mile. Don't worry about the extra mile right now. You got to worry about executing the basics first, getting your site down, learning the knowledge, how to operate. You know what I mean? And what can you, but that's why it goes back to fundamentals. That can start setting you apart immediately. More than your skills, more than projects, your mindset can set you apart immediately. That's how I operate. It worked for me. You know what I mean? I had my team be not on Central Flow. My mind, my motivation. I'm motivated, but I'm not trying to move up at Central Flow. So I'm not going above and beyond. I'm not trying to create projects. I'm not. Hey, if you see me at Central Flow, you probably be like, "Yo, is he?" You know what I mean? Like, I don't look approachable. I don't think so, but people still approach me. If they approach me, I'll say what's up. But if you're trying to move up, right off top, that's also one of the things that'll help you, your mindset. When I was moving up, one of the things that stood out was my mindset. You know what I mean? And they loved like, yo, let's go. You know what I mean? They loved working with me because the mindset was right. So just work on those first. Next week or the week after, when you need some more, we can, drop some more advice on there. Gio said Amazon's not my dream. I'm going back for the money. Fam, it ain't nobody's dream job. You know what I mean? Amazon ain't nobody's dream job. UPS ain't nobody's dream job. You feel me? Construction probably ain't some people's dream job, especially the entry levels. But facts, you got to do what you got to do. Everything takes funding. Any type of business that you're going to start is going to take funding. I mean, unless you're going out and getting, trying to get people to fund it for you. But us people who has their own dreams and trying to fund it themselves, it takes money. So yeah, it's not a dream job, but I think it's a good job to get capital quick, a quick turnaround on your investment on your time, to then turn around and invest that extra capital directly into what your dream is. You know what I mean? Like I was saying with your music, you should be working every single week, and using that extra finance to finance your dreams. You know what I mean? And that's why I think Amazon's so dope, because at this time, depending on your building, the overtime is there to do so. That's why I love, as soon as I came in Amazon, I love that. Like, yo, you can work overtime anytime. That helped me get my home. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's not a dream job, but utilize it. Take advantage of it. Capitalize off it. Forgive my spelling. I was eating and typing earlier. You good, fam? You good? How you get any overtime this year? I've been working overtime every single week. I'm trying to think if I missed a week. It's harder to think if I missed a week. I don't know if I missed a week, but I've been working overtime every week. Every week. I need all the BASO bucks, all of them. You feel me? So yeah, I've been in a good position where we've been able. I'm in a department where we have overtime. A lot of people don't have overtime, but we do. So I've been taking advantage of it. I would encourage any and everybody to take advantage of overtime if you have it. Just because the times that we're in this country, it's like, what is certainty? You feel me? It's like uncertainties it can be around any corner. I would really take all possibilities and opportunities for overtime going forward. And it's like, even if you have to readjust your life, to where you're not losing sleep. We can't compromise our sleep to the point it affects our health. That's a problem. But I definitely think work, you feel me? Like, we got to put in that work just because prices is going up. They're not coming down. It's just everything. Everything is a mess right now, you know? So definitely rather be proactive than reactive. Shout out, who's that? Havoc Master. Shout out to you. Everybody who's tuned in. If you haven't yet, be sure to hit that like button one time. Shout out to you, Havoc Master. Shout out to Gio in the building. Who else we got in the building? Uriah, Icy Lambo, Andre. I see you. Who's that? Kalemian. I think. Forgive me if I said that wrong, but I'm making my way down, getting to you guys. I see you guys down there. Shout out to you guys. Helio said, "What up, SB? What's good, fam? What's good with you? Hope all is well. Hope all is well." Hey, yes, fam. I be in Hollywood on Tuesdays at the Laugh Factory. I be doing some open mic comedy a lot. One day in Hollywood, California. The shows are free on Tuesdays. One day I can meet you in Hollywood. Say hi. I'm down. I might pull up on you. What day? On Tuesdays? Man, it wouldn't be a Tuesday though, because it wouldn't be a Tuesday. But I don't know if you have me on the gram. Add me on the gram. And yeah, like I said, I plan on my next trip out to Cali, which is real soon. I plan on hitting Newport. I was already planning on hitting Hollywood. So if you be out there, yeah, we can link up. Hit me on, if you have an Instagram. I'm sure you got an Instagram. You trying to be a rapper, right? Or an artist. If not, we gotta get up to beat, up to tempo. But if you got an Instagram, hit me on the gram and we can link up, fam. Andre says, "What's up? Since the new year, it's been about 20 to 30 different nights. Amazon offering VTO during the shift or hours before the shift begins." That's usually, from what I've noticed, that seems kind of normal, especially in the beginning of the year. That's coming right off of peak season. It usually slows down at that time. You know what I mean? That's like a usual occurrence. But the amount of it, every building varies. So if you're saying, if you've been there a year and last year was like, it wasn't like that, I don't think that's too alarming. You know what I mean? But we got Prime right around the corner. What's that, next month? Ooh, no, we got like 2 months. Ooh, wee. My little. All right. I'm about to say, snaps. I gotta hurry and put my vacation in. We got like 2 months until Prime. If it's slow during Prime, that's an issue. You know what I mean? So right now though, are we still in the first quarter? We're in January, February, March. Yeah, we're past first quarter, so they still tossing out VTO like that. I wouldn't be alarmed, but are they not? They're not giving out MET either. If they're not giving out MET, I would probably try to get a second job, something part-time. I wouldn't let go of Amazon, but if the finances are needed, you know what I mean? Everybody's different, so some people don't need it. But if you do need that extra finances, I would try to get something part-time until Prime comes around, and see how Amazon's looking, and hopefully the MET would pick up. I would expect it to. Shout out to you, Andre. Gio says, "I also do open mic comedy in Hollywood at the Laugh Factory as well, along with rap and trying to do sports. Yes, I'm trying to figure out my path. The one that works, I'm going to go with. Yes, I'm back at it." That's what's up. I performed, not the Laugh Factory. I performed at the Knitting Factory. And that was at Hollywood. The Knitting Factory and the Key Club. It was a while ago, though. It was a while ago. But yeah, Hollywood. I mean, that's why I want to go. I want to see how it is now. Venice Beach it looks done. You know what I mean? So I have to go see that with my own two eyes. And then I'm like, if Venice looks like that, I'm sure Hollywood is dropped. Last time I went to Hollywood, it was already looking like it was going down the drain. You know what I mean? So I definitely want to go this time. And I'm hopefully, God willing, get some footage of it so I could document it. But that's good that you back at it. SB, you was right about the job market. No other jobs hired me, and I have a college degree, no criminal record, and previous work experience. And Amazon is the only job you said Amazon's the only job that took a chance on me again. Yeah, I told you. But I mean, I didn't, that's just, I'm just looking at the market, looking at, I'm online a lot. So I'm seeing a lot of different people saying how difficult it is and all that stuff. So You tried though. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing wrong. You shot your shot. At least you shot your shot. And now you know 100%. All right, I gave a lot. You feel me? Let me go ahead and you probably be more appreciative, but then you won't have that in the back of your mind, like, man, maybe I should just quit and go find something else because you tried it. And I'm sure something would have came. You know what I mean? I'm sure something would have came, but you, like you said, you got to get that money flow back. Come on, little mouse. Oh. So yeah, I heard the job market's crazy out there. And like I'm sure you would have found something eventually, but at least you shot your shot. You know what I mean? So max out on the Zon. You know, you max out on them Beso bucks. And if you're not feeling it, look for something while you're with the company. I think that should be your immediate move. Once you get there and you get in motion about a month, if you feeling uncomfortable, start looking for another job. But do not quit the job without you having a job, though. You know what I mean? Or that's just my opinion. But all right. Kaliman SB, I heard some sites. The PAs can write you up without notifying you. Oh, that got to be something new. I've never heard of that, but I ain't been in the FC for like 2 years, so I don't know. I don't think, in my opinion, I don't see them giving them that type of authority because there are PAs who don't need that type of authority. You feel me? Um, I highly doubt that. I haven't heard that. Can that be true? I don't know. I haven't heard it. Um, but I'm not in the FC. That's something I would talk to your HR. They'll let you know. Then let us know when you find out because I haven't heard of that one. That's deep. Gio says, SB, I have to humble myself. I went from a blue badge to a seasonal, able to become a learning ambassador and was considered for 2 process assistant positions before I left in February. I can't believe they rehired me back. It was my past work performance, being the best stower at my location. I was doing the most stowing up, leaving early, missing days, worked away from the job. No, that's true. That's you got it back. You feel me? You said you had to humble yourself. Hey, sometimes we need to be humbled, so we can be grateful for the blessings that we have in front of us that we complaining about. You know what I mean? Um, so it happens, fam. We've all been humbled. You know what I mean? I've been humbled many of times, and I think I'm thankful for it. Because we need that sometimes. You know, so ain't nothing wrong with it. Now, when you come back, like I said, though, the mindset, learn from it. You know what I mean? Shift the mindset, and you'll be good. Andre says, yeah, it was rare to get VTO last year. Okay. Like I said, if it's needed, you know what I mean? We have to be responsible. Like when I started working 2 jobs last time, I needed to work 2. Why did I do that? Oh, well, why did I do that? Because I was able to have overtime. I just did not like corporate. I still don't like corporate. It's more bearable now, but my bad. All right. What'd you say? So yeah, it was rare to get the VTO. Um, like I was saying, if you're in a position where you need that finances that you're not getting from MET, I think it'll be best to try to find something part-time until it opens up, until some VET opens up, just because you don't want to be waiting on them. Like you don't want to wait on them just because it's not sure, it's not secure. Maybe if you talk to HR or talk to your manager, like, hey, is there like an estimate? What are we estimating? What is it? What are we looking like? Are we estimating MET next month or a few weeks? You know what I mean? To kind of see before you have to go out and use your energy to go try to find something else. But that would be what I would do if I had obligations and you know what I mean, and responsibilities that need to be taken care of. I mean, I did it. You know what I mean? That's what I did. So that would be my thing to do. Randy SoCal, that's my name on there. You gotta add me. I'm gonna forget. I'm not gonna lie. And this chat is gonna disappear. So if you can add me on there, or That'd be the best way though, because Instagram's right on my phone. You know what I mean? But I'll try to remember, and let me put it on the screen so I can, after the live, I can pull this up. But if you could add me, that'd be cool. Randy SoCal. All right. Ronald was good. Ronald was good, fam. Hope all is well over there. Just dropping in. Family was good with you. Not on Amazon anymore. Health issues kicking in, but God is good. God is always good, man. And glad you still here, fam. And I hope you feeling better out there, man. Good to see you, Ronald. Always good to see you, man. Ronald, stay tapping in. Good to see you, fam. Gio said that's my favorite beach, Venice Beach. Man, it used to be lit. It used to be dope. And it was just the vibe. You know what I mean? People performing, skating, all the food vendors, all the stores. It was just live out there. It was just a vibe. And then like I saw the video last night, and then it just was not a vibe. I mean, I was surprised. I was low-key like shocked, like, wow, a gang of them stores is closed. And then all the stores on the boardwalk across from them on the other side of the sidewalk, it used to be full of vendors. The whole beach, all these vendors, none of them are there now. All the prices went up, So the guy I was watching his channel, he was a vendor there himself, and he was been there 30 years as a vendor, and he had to close up shop because they kept raising the rent. And he showed all the stores out there. It's a gang of them closed down. I was just like, man. So I'm definitely gonna be at Venice Beach when I go to Cali. I got to see it from my own two eyes, man. That's a staple of California, one of the staples, and I've been there plenty of times, had some amazing memories there. So I want to check it out, get my little vlogging in there, store some memories, before, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna continue to go downhill. Not just Venice Beach, Hollywood, not just Hollywood, all these places, stuff is too expensive. People ain't trying to go to Venice Beach and spend $10 on a shirt, well, $30 on a shirt that says Venice Beach. You can get that from Amazon for like $10. And you ain't got to go nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, people, it's just stuff is too expensive. So, we're seeing the reality of it in real life. You know what I mean? It's not just, it's crazy. It was pretty trippy when I seen it. Like, yo, I've never seen Venice like that. Anyways, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna shoot my own vlog out there, just because I want to document that, and I want that on my page just for me, my little history that I've had out there. But yeah, shout out to Venice, man. Venice used to be lit. I never kicked it out there like an annual thing, but it's Venice. You know what I mean? Everybody in Cali, we would all, at least be out there few times. It's funny, in California, everything's there. You got the beaches, you got the mountains. But when I was getting ready to move, everybody says that when you're get ready to move, leave Cali. Man, but with the beach, and when the last time you went to the beach? Yeah, it's been like 2 years. But I can go there if I want. It's only 45 minutes away. You know what I mean? But anyways, all right, let me go ahead. Shout out to Cali. Cowboys for life. What it do? Finally made to corporate. Hey, shout out to Nashville BNA 12. Let's go. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. That's what's up, fam. You feel me? Protect your mind, protect your like your brain. That stress. Don't let the stress overcome you. You know what I mean? It's cool if you're a corporate person. Oh man, you'll probably love it. You know what I mean? So shout out to you. Max out. Take advantage of it, my dude. Take advantage of it. Gio said you was right. Listen, we all have our own paths. You know what I mean? You needed to go do that. You needed to go see. Like I was saying, if you didn't go see, it would have been the back of your mind. So it's all good. You right on track. Now it's just put your heels in the ground and sprint. You feel me? Run. Andre says, I already have a second job working at my girlfriend's family business. I used to work 7 days a week and had to readjust to work 6 days. I felt like a walking zombie for months. In fact, I know exactly how you feel. It felt like I was going to go not low key though. It just felt crazy for a minute. Like all you do is sleep. You wake up and work. I mean, not sleep. All you do is work. You wake up, work, get off, sleep, wake up, work. This is every day. That's a crazy feeling. Like it just felt, I remember one day I was just like, this is crazy. Like it didn't feel right in my mind working every single day, all day. It was crazy. So I know what you feel, but you did 7 days. I was about 7 days myself. How long did you say? Did you say how long you did that? For months. I think I lasted 6 months. And I would have kept doing it. They had like my delivery shut down because that's the flip side. You getting money like that. You feel me? Your account just growing, and that's addictive, which is not good. You feel me? I shouldn't be moved by money, but I didn't want to quit, and I wasn't going to. I was like, yo, I'm tired. My mind feel wild. And every time I got to the brink of quitting, payday. And it's just like, you get a boost. You feel me? You get a boost. Oh, man. Gio said SB, the other jobs wasn't as good as Amazon. And they was paying 15, 16 an hour. Amazon's better than most entry-level jobs, starting off at 20. Sheesh, they starting off at 20 now? All right. And full-time work, where you're going to find that? I know. You know what I mean? I know. I be trying to tell people. I know. But it's not for everybody. And if it's worth anybody's mind, you know what I mean? If it's worth anybody's spirit, then you shouldn't compromise you for that, though. You know what I mean? Like, there's some people, it's just not, Amazon's just not for them. You know what I mean? Mentally, it's just not for them. And that's okay. There's something else something else out there for them. Just may take a little more to find, a little bit more effort to get in there, but that's what's up, though. I'm glad you realize it. All right, you back in the game, max out. You feel me? Run it up. Andre said, I've never heard of a PA writing people up, at least in my building. I've never heard that either. If that got to be something new. And I just don't see that. I can't see that because, I just can't see it. You know what I mean? Because there's a line, and it's a PA, and it's a ceiling after that. Then you're going to salary. You know what I mean? That's the system. It's the system. The system, that's the salary and above. You're a part of the system. You're a part of the matrix. And that's where all the admin stuff comes in. That's what the L4s, you know what I mean? They're dealing with all the admin, L4s and up. I just can't see them giving that responsibility to a PA. I don't, you know what I mean? I'm not saying they didn't. I just can't see it. You feel me? I can't see it. Because I mean, just imagine, I can just see that going wrong. I could just see it going wrong because not all PAs they're just not trained on the admin side like the AMs are. The AMs get flown out. Seattle, or I believe it's Seattle, and they're getting trained, on management. So writing people up for PAs, they're not trained on that. I mean, it'd be people just getting written up all over the place. You know what I mean? Nah, I can't see it. I can't see it. Cowboys for Life says no PA can write you up. They can only seek to understand an AA and escalate to the AM. That's what I was thinking as well. But hey, if that's a new thing, shout out to the PAs. You feel me? But Andre, I would run that by HR. They would be the one to let you know, or your manager. But I can't see that happening though. You was right. Amazon's a blessing from God. It's a starting point for success. It's a starting point. You know what I mean? It's a starting point for sure. It's tough sometimes too. It could definitely be challenged. I've hit many challenging points, but you know what? It calls me to grow. It calls me to bring another side out to overcome the challenges that's put in front of me. So, and I use those same skills outside the company. So this time I'm going to be more grateful for the opportunity at Amazon. The first time I took Amazon for granted, I was one of the favorites. It's like being a star. Low key right. It's like being a star on a sports team, kind of. Facts, like a high school basketball team, and you the point guard who scores all the points. Everybody know you. The coaches love you. You get favor. You know what I mean? Like, that's a fact. Listen, Amazon is lit. You feel me? When you get in a department or a position that you like, the job can be lit. I used to like going to work when I was a PA. I'm like, yo, let's get this, let's go. Let's get this started. It was dope. You know what I mean? But I've seen the dark side. You feel me? You can fall in them cracks and crevices, and it could not be dope. You feel me? I understand what people be saying. There's some positions, it just may not be the fit for you, like for me. You know what I mean? And it's just like, yeah, I don't like this. But it's still doable. But yeah, it is like a sports team. You feel me? If you out there balling, you know what I mean? It is like a little sports team. High school sports team for sure. At the same time, it's just Amazon. That's good. I know. Congrats to Cowboy for life. Messi, what up, Messi? What up, though? What up? Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, let me change this setting. Am I logged in on this computer? Let me see. Yes. All right, cool. Oh, if y'all haven't hit that like button, hit that like button. If y'all haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe to the channel. If you ain't hit that notification bell, hit the notification bell. Okay, here we go. Change this. Ow. Do. My bad, you guys. I just gotta copy this stuff real quick. Copy. Why did it be posting that? Oh, okay, that's this thing. Let me see what y'all said. All right. Good evening. What up, Messi? Gio says, Andre, 7 days a week. That's a lot of working. I can't do more than 5. It's a lot, but I'm telling you that pay. That's how I think people be getting stuck in it, because it's just every single week you just boom, 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 cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. And then it's like you spend money, but you don't. It just comes so quick. Ronald says the wife says hi because she's watching. Hey, shout out to Miss Ronald. You feel me? Shout out to Miss Ronald. I heard in the picture right there. Yep. Shout out to Miss Peyton. What up? What up? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Gio says I consider myself having 6 months experience at Amazon, even though I started November 2024 and being off 3 months. That's what's up. Yeah, man, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What department you trying to get back into? You trying to be an inbound, outbound? Which one you trying to get into? If I go back to the warehouse, I'm not gonna lie, I would like to go back to the warehouse now. It's like, all right, I would like to go back over there. Yeah, I'm low key. I've been over corporate, but it's like, all right, yeah, I think I would want to go to the FC now. And if I went back to the warehouse, I would want to be in inbound. I did outbound. Outbound's a beast for sure. Outbound's a beast. But then it's always, I don't want to say it's always too crowded, because it's not. On sort side, they have things, like induct. It's only like what, 2 people per side, or is it 1 person? That's whatever it is. It's not really crowded. You have the people on the top of that thing. I forgot what they're called. We got induct, and there's where it comes down the conveyor. I forgot what they're called. But you have induct, rebin, of course the packers. You know what I mean? And the packing, you got like 5 people standing right next to you the whole shift. It's like, but at least on inbound, I would love to be. I would like to go back to inbound. Inbound stove. Inbound stove is lit. The wife says, okay, we click that one. Sometimes it's your ego that gets in the way. Woo, fam, you preaching, fam. That's life. There's people in jail right now who's never going to see freedom again because of one moment of ego. They couldn't put their ego down. They couldn't put their ego to the side. There's some people who in the dirt Well, body in the dirt. Who knows what the spirit is? You feel me? But they gone because the ego. 1 minute. All it take is it don't even take a minute. Take one decision to feed that ego in the wrong moment. Could go bad. Could go bad. That's something I gotta check myself on a lot. Mostly when I'm driving. You feel me? When I'm driving, I can't lie. I get poked, I get tested when I'm driving, and I'll be cool. But it's like, what I mean, like the gas station, somebody, and it's usually quick, but that's how it is. It's like something rises up in you and just like, no, let it go. Let it go. Somebody like cut me off or something, and I was getting ready to look at them because I'm past. I don't road rage. I ain't cussing nobody out. I ain't doing none of that. But I will look. I'll be like, look at them as they pass by. But even now, I was getting ready to. I was like, let me just look this way. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing. If you're not willing to go 0 to 100, don't go. You feel me? Don't go. And I got too much to lose. I can't go to 100. I can't go 0 to nothing. I'm not going 0 to nothing. Because if you try to go, I'm gonna show I'm not a punk. I'm gonna stare at them. There's some you can stare at the wrong person and they ready to turn up to 100. I mean, they ready to risk it all. You feel me? I'm not ready to risk it all, sir. You feel me? Enjoy your day. You feel me? You do you. I got stuff I got to do. I got purpose. I got a calling. I got a life. I got things I got to do. I can't be wrestling. I can't be out here wrestling with people. You feel me? And go to jail? Nah, I'm straight. Ain't nothing in jail for me. He just hit 100,000 subscribers. That's crazy. So yeah, that's good, man, that you buried that ego. And that's a daily fight. That's something we gotta do daily. But it's best to do so. Some people don't. Some people love feeding that ego. What's up, everyone? Hey, Jay Weezy in the building. No, what up, Jay Weezy? What's good, my guy? What up, fam? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Gio says, I was well liked by all my coworkers, and I was one of the favorites and probably the most popular, or at least top 3 employees. Everyone knew my face, name. I talked to everyone. You see, you was set up, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You learned. It's gonna happen again. Why did that happen? Not because you were a great stower, because all of you, your personality, your outgoingness, you know what I mean? So you're still you. So wherever you, even though it's a different building, the same thing will happen, but now you can operate differently, So this time around, because that's a great position to be in, because I was there and you need that. Like, that's how I moved into the PA. And if you don't want to get promoted, you know what I mean? It's just best you do have your team on your side, because guess what? When they ready to give an easy assignment, what they call that? Man, they used to call it something where they like, oh yeah, we need somebody to tape the building. Guess who they would always come to? Hey, you want to do some what's it called? 3E, 4E, 4C, whatever the tape where you tape the ground. ASB. We got to have somebody do the tape. You want to do it? They come to me first. Bet. They be like, all right, go ahead, clock out, or not clock out, but put your strap. I was in inbound, so you have to put the little strap over the little your stowing thing. And then they be like, who you want to do it with? I have love. Like, who you want to do it with? Hey, let me get boom, boom, boom. And we chilling. Yeah, we working. We just laying tape, having fun. But that comes from, having favor, being in good standings with everybody. So that's good. Now you're gonna have all that with a different mindset. You never know where that's gonna take you. Romney, what up, my guy? I flipped my PA off. It felt so good. Romney, come on, fam. Romney, we don't want to have beef with our PAs, fam. I feel you. You know what I mean? I hear you. I hear where you coming from. I hear you. Especially if you got a terrible PA. There's terrible PAs out there. There's terrible managers out there. For the most part, I've seen, that's usually a minority, from my opinion. PAs, though, it could be a higher percentage. Bad PAs more so than bad AMs. In my experience, all this is my experience. I'm not representative of the company, not a spokesman of the company. But if it's possible, that's You don't ever want to try to have friction with people who can, what's the word? Who has some sort of control of your workload, your work. You know what I mean? Because even if, they can just do shady stuff. If it's a job that needs to be done, like I was just talking about being in good standings, when it's an extra credit assignment, 4S. 4S, is that what it's called? 4S. I think it's 4S when they did the tape. If it's some extra credit like 4S needs to be done, and go see what SB doing, man. We'll have him do this. But some reactive that needs to be stowed for the day. Some, I don't know if they still got that, but people, a job that don't nobody want to do. Oh, I know who. They're gonna be like, oh, I got somebody. They're not even gonna ask. You know what I mean? I've seen that type of stuff happen. But stuff happens. You know what I mean? But always, try your best. I'm sure you did. You've always seemed like a patient dude. You know what I mean? So I can understand the frustration, but you feel me? Try to stay in good standings. You know what I mean? Because people don't be fighting fair. People don't fight fair in the workplace. All right, my bad. I was trying to stuff. But shout out to Romney though. My guy Romney. You gonna be good, Romney. You gonna be good. Stowing? Oh, you good. Oh, that's what you want. Okay. Me too. Stowing was lit. So hopefully you get that again. Stowing is dope. I hope I kind of want to go back to the FC, and if I had to choose a department, I would definitely be stowing. Diverting. Okay. Bet. Shout out to you, fam. That's all right. Diverting. Geo says, I hope I'm spelling stowing right. Yeah, you spelling it right. It's been 3 months, almost 4 since I worked there. May 22nd, I worked 9 a.m. to 5. Thursday to Monday. What's that? Back half days, I believe. That's what's up. Day shift. I feel you. I was on the night shift, front half days, Sunday through Wednesday. Yeah. What was it? 5:30 p.m., 6 p.m. to like 5 in the morning. Spooky hours. You feel me? I want to be a millionaire. That's what's up. Nothing wrong with that. Just don't be a love. What say? Don't love money. What's the word say? The love of money is the root of all evil. So why I say that? Because people, you love that money. People be doing some crazy things to get it. You feel me? Not I, says the wise man. But yeah, I wouldn't mind being a millionaire, long as I'm ready for it. Everybody's not ready to be a millionaire. You know what I mean? That's why people be winning them lotteries and lose their whole life. You feel me? Like, who's really ready to have everything at your fingertips? Most aren't. Want to know how I know most people are not ready to be a millionaire? Because they're not even managing their life with what they have now. Imagine having $1 million. There's going to be more. There's going to be more unmanagement. If you're not faithful with the little, how are you going to be faithful with the much? Imagine. Yeah. They need to, that'll be a dope show. Like, we're going to give 20 people $1 million and see how this turns out for 6 months. And see, you know what I mean? Because everybody says, oh, no, but if I had $1 million, but really, would you though? Not you. But you know what I mean? I'm just speaking in general terms. Like, most people like, yo, if I had $1 million, I'll make it. It'll be a big difference. But would it? But shout out to you. Hope hopefully you get what's for you. I just want what's for me. You know what I mean? It may not be for me to be a millionaire. I can see it though. You feel me? Oh, I can see it. But I want what's for me, just because I don't want what's not for me. Because then that's the thing. People want what's not for them. And it breaks them. You know what I mean? But God has to humble. Facts. I agree. I feel that. Wife asked, have I ever been to Guam? Nah, I haven't. Shout out to Guam. Nah, I've only been to Mexico. Yeah, in New York. In New York. Out of the country, Mexico and New York. New York's a different country. New York is lit. No, it's not a different country, but I love New York. New York is I want to go back. I probably should. Like I could have. I got my passport and everything. And thought I was gonna go out the country first. Nah, New York. And I will go back again to New York before I go out of the country. But shout out to Guam. I'm gonna have to look that up. I've never been there before. Hey, happy Thursday to you as well, JP. Happy Thursday to you. Shout out to you. Sometimes Satan tries to get us unfocused with our purpose in life and getting to that money working. Definitely got to watch for distraction. You got to for sure. Got to stay focused. Gio said I was cool with everyone. That's good. 5S. There you go. I said 4S. There you go. 5S. I was close. I was one number off. Shout out to November. Yeah, 5S. Basically, it's like where they, for those of you who don't know, that's just something that Amazon does in their walkway or in the warehouse. They have the walkways, the green mile, all those things. Everything is like taped off in there for the trash bins, for don't walk over here, red tape for this. And they have associates that they pull off their regular duties to go do those things. And it's like light work, it's chill. So that's what we're talking about. 5S. There you go. 5S. Shout out to 5S. Indeed. What up, my guy? What's good? What's good? Hope all is well with you. All is well over here. Good to see you in the building. If y'all, if you haven't yet, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Geo says PA can get you fired if they don't like you. I'm glad I was cool with all my managers and PAs. Nah, PA can't. They can't get you fired. All they can do is catch you on what you do wrong. You got to break the rules. You can't just get fired. Managers can't just come and be like, hey, you're fired. They can't do that. You have to break the rules. Now, what they can do, they can make your job difficult. You know what I mean? And give you all the difficult tasks to do. And they can also micromanage you, tracking every single minute of what's that thing called again? TOT, time off task. You know what I mean? They can micromanage if they don't like you to try to get you out of there. But even in that, you still have to violate the rules. You know what I mean? You would still have to get the TOT on your own. They're just micromanaging you, you know? So I can't work nights. I have anxiety. You have anxiety. And you got to be asleep by 12 a.m. or else I started tripping and staying up until the next day. I can only see at night. I feel you. What up, Evernie? What up, though? What up? Good to see you in the building. Good to see you. I'm talking at least 20 million. I feel you. I'm talking 400 million. You know what I mean? I can see me having 400. I don't know. That's always been the number. 400 million. It just sits right. You know, it just sits right. Like, yeah, that's about right. You know, but I'm not selling my soul for it. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. That was just like, yeah, 400 million. Sounds crazy the most. It don't sound crazy to me though. Like if something, you know, if I created something and somebody wanted to buy it for 400 million, I'm like, oh, that's the number I was looking for. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can see 20 million, but you gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta be the person who can handle 20 million. I gotta be the person who can handle 400 million. You know how heavy that is to handle that? Can you imagine walking around with 400 million in your bank account? That's heavy. Who can handle that? Some people's pride's gonna go through the roof. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna get in trouble. They're gonna buy up every drug they've ever dreamed of. You know what I mean? That's heavy. Finances. That's why a lot of people don't have finances. They can't handle the finances they got now. You know, let alone millions. You know, so 20 million, that's what's up. That's what's up. Nothing wrong with being rich. God judges our hearts and minds, not by us being rich. You can still give back a little if you're rich, helping the homeless at times. No, definitely, for sure. I hear you on that. ND says, bad news. I didn't get my L4 logistics coordinator role. My manager told me, but it's weird that I haven't gotten my rejection letter and it's been since the 23rd. That's weird. But it's all good, ND. It's all good. You shot you had, you know, you got the interview. You got to a point that 99% of people don't even get to. You know what I mean? So continue to shoot. You know, find out. I think you can find out what areas you can improve or what areas they want you to touch up or didn't really buy into, if possible. I think so. I think they do that. I'm not sure. Ask your AM though, but just start preparing now for the next one. If you had stories, ask your manager, like, hey, are these some solid stories? And what was wrong? Was it the delivery? Was it, you know what I mean? Find out what was wrong with it. If the stories were legit, if they were some solid stories, I bet start working on it now. Just keep reading it and all that. So by the time you go next time, them things is second nature, But don't be discouraged. Yeah, it sucks, you know what I mean? But trust me, it happens. It happens to the best of us, you know what I mean? But you shot your shot. You feel me? You missed. Okay, cool. Shoot again. And then shoot again. And then shoot again. You feel me? It's not over. You feel me? So Indy, keep going, my dude. Like I said, you got further than 99% of people. Keep shooting, fam. Keep shooting, my guy. You got this. Hey, what up, Pat? Big Pat. Pat the Gamer, what's good with you, fam? Hope all is well. Hope all is well over there. You still on the away team or what? My dude been on the away team 9 months. You feel me? Pat on the away team 9 months. He over there living the life. No, I'm playing. Shout out to Big Pat. Gio said, I meant sleep at night, forget my spell. My laptop keyboard is messing up. I don't think Amazon jobs will be around in 15 and 20 years. The robots will be taking robots will be taking over. Get your money while you can. 2025 and now. Will they be taken over by 15 20 years? I agree. I would agree. I think so too. Of course, we can be wrong. None of that stated by the company, but the company actually, I saw a press release where they were like, no, Amazon's not, the robots aren't going to take over human jobs. That was in the press release. I was like, bruh, why you lying? Why you lying? Why you gaslighting us? You feel me? Trying to manipulate us. Why they change that word? I don't like how they be doing that, changing words. I remember when everybody was using gas. Oh, gaslit me. They gaslit me. I was like, what gaslighting? And then they explain, I'm like, manipulation? Hold on, where'd that come from? Why they change manipulation? Why they change the word? That's all it is, manipulation. Why they do that? I don't like it. I don't like that. So yeah, get your finances while you can. I think 15 to 20 years is that's being nice. I think 5 years, not fully, not completely take over, but five. What are we 25? Oh yeah, 2030. 2030 is supposed to be a big year. I think 5 years, it'll probably be, in my opinion, I think it'll be 70% automated with the possibility of being even 80. That's my opinion. Of course, I'd be completely wrong, but go look at how much money they're dumping into AI, into automation. It's crazy amounts, not just all these companies. And then the thing that really makes me feel that way is because the UN or whatever, them big old one of them big, I don't know if it was the United Nations, but somebody was like, yo, AI is going to take up what they say 30 million jobs within 2 years. They said, I think by 2025. Hold on, let me pull that up. People forgot about that. Let me see. So I'm not misquoted. Nearly 20 million jobs are on the chopping block to be replaced by AI. And yeah, that's a recent press release. I remember they were saying this though like 2 years ago. How many jobs will be replaced by AI 2025, 2030, data attached. But, people love to see proof though. ND says, not even the incline, but it's okay. Second time is a charm. I guess I rambled. I was sure to use statistic numbers and star method, but my first interview went better than my second one for sure. It's all right, fam. You good. There's interviews I didn't get. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm gonna be shooting my shot again. See you next time. You feel me? I'm gonna be back. You feel me? So it's okay. But yeah, try to find out what it was. You know what I mean? Try to talk to your manager to see what the feedback. I believe they give feedback if it's not an incline. I believe so. I'm not 100% sure. But if so, I would try to get feedback. And then if you okay, let's say worst case you don't get feedback, talk to your AM and your OM about your stories and see what adjustments you can make, or what they think you should make. And then just practice, practice, practice. And like you said, what'd you say? Oh no, what I said, the next time it comes around, you just give it 110% again. Here's the thing. It's not really about if you got it, if you're not. Yeah, it does suck, or yeah, it does, but ultimately, did you try your best? If you tried your best, you know what I mean? There's nothing more that you can do. And in times in my life where I didn't, where something didn't go my way, it's 100 things I can look at. But one of the things that's that main thing is, did I try my best? Did I do everything? If yes, if I can check that box, yes, you feel me? I did all I can do. So now all I can do is just fine tune and prepare more. You know what I mean? So no need. Don't let discouragement come in. Don't let none of that stuff, bitterness come in. Did you try your best? And if you didn't, don't be hard on yourself, but just prepare. Preparation is key. And then find out the adjustments that you can make to execute even better next time. Who was it? Michael Jordan got cut from the high school team. You feel me? Michael Jordan got cut from the high school team. Let that sink in. You feel me? So it's all good. It's all good, Jordan. It's all good, MJ. 23, ND 23. It's all good. You feel me? Just come back like Jordan. Was it Jordan or Kobe? I think it was. We're going to go with Jordan because I like Jordan. I think it was Jordan. Brooklyn. Yeah, let's go ahead and throw Brooklyn on. I was actually going to wear my Brooklyn shirt for this live too. That's fire. I should have shot a video right there with the city in the background. That would have been hard. Shout out to Brooklyn. Nah. Romney says, "My bad. I had to take a call, but I'm gonna be careful. That PA is more like a hall monitor." Yeah, we've all seen that. We've all seen that. So that's what I'm saying. You got to move different, and you can't move like that. You feel me? Like, cause what? Now he gonna, you know what I mean? You don't want him on your head. You don't want unnecessary, attention on you. If possible. Because yeah, we've all seen the hall monitor type. And it happens, you just got to move different, but you'll be good. You just got to hold up though. But that's the thing, especially when you start to do stuff like that, what you did, now you really got to cover your bases because they do see, what the regular associates don't see. They see the TOT, you know what I mean? And like I was telling who, they can't fire you, but they can they can watch. All right, let me see his TOT. You know what I mean? And try to be on you. So just make sure that you really covering your bases now, but be cool. You know what I mean? Chill, just because it's not in the workplace. You know what I mean? Drama's not needed there. Even if you got to take the higher road, you may have to sometimes just because it's just not needed. You know what I mean? The drama just ain't needed. In the workplace, we'd air too long. I mean, the workplace, I'm like, you win. You win. I remember somebody, it was a long time ago, they tried to like, oh, he's not supposed to have that. Whispering and stuff. You know what I mean? I was like, and I could have just, but I was just like, I just let it go. Just because, it ain't worth it in the workplace. Shout out to Romney. Gio said there'll be no jobs. Oh, wait, there will be no jobs in 15 to 20 years, only a few. I'm going to be honest, get this money now. And by that time, you have enough of retirement. Nah, I don't think so. I hear you, though. I hear you. But I agree when it comes to that 15 to 20 years. I don't think we got that long. I would probably say 10 years, low key. 10 years. I think these next 10, I think in 10 years, it's going to be a whole new world. You feel me? Yeah, y'all been to Disneyland? A whole new world. You ever look at the back of your dollar? A whole new world. You ever heard all the presidents say the whole thing? A whole new world. You feel me? That's what I think is going to be in 10 years. I think America, and not just America, the world is going to be unrecognizable, not in a good way. So I think, like, my opinion, I think 10 years. And then I think when it comes to like trying to save up enough money to go into retirement, I don't think that's going to be possible. I think they're going to continue. I think we're seeing the start of the plan. Like, I think they're going to continue to increase everything to the point you cannot retire. Like, but that's just my opinion. That's my opinion. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. I hope you're right. Hopefully we can stack up and, save up and have that retirement, But how long is retirement going to hang in there? You know what I mean? If rent at that time, what you say, 10, 15 years? What's rent? Look at the increase of rent year over year, the last 2 years. You know what I mean? There's people looking at 20, 30, 40% rent increases in the last 2 to 4 years. And we're talking about 15? What is the prices going to be? Look, it's on $9,000 a month. Okay, cool. For my mansion? Nah. For your studio apartment, bruh. They got projections. Look at some of the projections that people have made. If things increase, what's going to be looking like in 10 years, 20 years. Of course, it's not saying that's exactly what it's going to be, but just the projections is crazy. When has this nation gone down on anything? Everything has only increased. You look at the inception of this nation, and back in the 60s, back in the 50s, way back then, everything was way cheaper. And it's only increasing. It's not like, okay, it started off cheap, we went up, and now as a country, cars are getting cheaper, houses are getting cheaper. Nah, everything's getting more expensive. You know what I mean? So hopefully, I hope, you know what I mean? But I try to stay a realist, and I always try to analyze things from every side. And like I always say, I hope for the best, but try my best to prepare for the worst. Ooh, I like how I said it this time. I'm about to save that for a vlog. Hope for the best. Dang, what I say? Hope for the best. Snaps. I'm gonna have to rewind this, anyways. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Pat the Gamer says, I have been told by my IT buddy, that cloud and AI is taking over Amazon. Right. I don't think we're gonna have 15 years. But we shall see, though. We shall see. And I'm not a representative of the company. I'm not a spokesman. I ain't seen no data. I ain't got no inside knowledge. But Gio says they already got robots that's at stores now and self-checkout stations or self-checkout stations. And it's going to be the same at Amazon. Robots will be stowing, record counting, packing, and picking within the next 10 to 15 years. They already got some of those robots. I played some videos where it showed them stowing, doing bin sweeps. Little robot was doing a bin sweep. You feel me? Making room, following robots. Ain't that funny? The robot was following robots. If you in stow, you know about robots. You should. What does that stand for again? I don't know. I just know B was bin sweep. What did robot stand for? Reach? No. Oh yeah, no. Nah, it wasn't reach, but it was like overhang, box sweep. I don't remember nothing else. But a robot following robots? That's funny. Somebody got jokes, That's funny. Ronald said, me and the wife would like to say good night. Ronald, y'all have a good night, man. Y'all have a blessed one. Good to see you, man. Tell the wifey good night as well. Y'all stay blessed over there, fam. Good to see you tapped in. Ronnie said, Gio, I'm thinking about something in tech. I hope cybersecurity is still around in the next 10 years. Shout out to cybersecurity. Shout out to Romney. I see you. Cybersecurity, you feel me? I see you. Geo said, Ronald, Geo, you say Ronald Payton, thank you, and good night to you and your wife, sir. DJ Crush, I finally made it to L3. Okay, you feel me? Okay, go DJ. That's my DJ. Let's go, DJ Crush. You feel me? L3 in a building. Shout out to you, fam. Congrats, major congrats. That's a big deal. Shout out to you. I thought this was gonna be moving and sitting here. That is a dope shot. They said that's Brooklyn. I didn't see that though. I mean, I didn't walk all around Brooklyn, but that's a beautiful shot right there. There's people running everywhere in New York. Everywhere I went, people was running. You know, you go to Times Square. No, was people running Times Square? It was people. I think it was, but not. That's where it kind of wasn't that crazy. But what's that? Central Park. I understand though. New York got some beautiful scenery. I love New York. That right there. Fire. My bad, but I'm just not trying to just look at one scene, you know. Brooklyn. Go to Brooklyn Bridge on, you feel me? Oh, that's the financial district. Let's start off over here on Wall Street. All right. Shout out to DJ Crush. Shout out to you, fam. Hey, shout out to Zell. What the Zell? What the Holly Berry? What the Zell? Get right, get wrong. I know that little song. That little song got me rolling. But what the Zell? Shout out to Zell. You feel me? What's good with you, fam? Got Zell in the building. What it do, my guy? Hope all is well with you over there, fam. Good to see you. DJ Crush says your videos definitely helped. Hey, let's go, man. I'm glad there was an encouragement to you, fam. I love to hear that. I get that a lot. I love to hear that. That's what I be doing it for. You feel me? Just to help encourage all that good stuff. So to hear that, that's what's up. Now continue to elevate. Feel me? Capitalize off the situation. Handle business, fam. Good stuff, DJ Crush. Geo says experiences like that makes people great and motivates you to level up. Michael Jordan became a superstar, right? That's what I'm saying. Like Michael Jordan got cut from high school. You feel me? Like that's deep. You feel me? Because he became that's the guy. You know what I mean? So he got cut. All right. So any challenge I come across, okay, bet I'm gonna bounce back. But that's a fact. Pat says any equipment / networking IT, it will probably be around since all physical issues to fix. That's what's up. Hopefully, you know what I mean? Because I got a feeling they're gonna probably come with some robots to fix the robots. That sounds pretty, you feel me, capitalistic to me. Like, we're saving so much money on labor by creating robots. We can probably save more if we create robots to fix the robots and keep 2 human jobs. Just for oh man. That's crazy. They got a whole false idol in front of Belle. How they got Belle, right? That's crazy. What is she doing? Yo, humans is wild. Man, get that false idol out of here, man. What in the world? All right, bet. All right. Gio says, salute Zale. Get ready to get wrong. Watch your channel as well, sir. Hey. Misha, what up? What up? Hey, at least Gen 15 is going to replace both manual on pick and pack side. I believe it. SSD going to hit every shore with that. One thing for sure remain is RME and IT working on it. I think though, in my opinion, I think they're going to try to cut even more fat in those areas as well. Hopefully not. But but even if not, even if they don't touch RME, look at how many jobs that affects. You know what I mean? That's a lot. That's deep. Man, shout out to everybody, Gio says, yeah, it's expensive, especially here in Southern California, but everywhere. I'm in Arizona now, right? The prices out here, it was like Cali. It's not Cali now, but it's like what Cali was before the inflation. This is like old California, not old, but pre-pandemic. It's expensive out here compared to what it was in Arizona. Ronald said, Gio, yo, me and the wife said, thank you, bless you. Gio says, either way, I'm gonna make a way. I come from the ghetto with nothing, and God made a way for me to succeed. I feel you, fam. I feel you. Rivera, what up? What up? AI generates termination emails in Amazon. You can Google it, and AI automatically writes up the bottom 5% performers. That's crazy every week. Once you get a certain amount, the AI sends a termination email. That's deep. You know what I mean? That's deep. Gio says, Amazon was a blessing last year. I was broke on a bike on welfare. Well, I'm glad you made it out of that, fam. Gio said Romney the first, aka Barda. What is that? Oh, Barbados. I guess that's what that is. Go after your dreams. Go after your dreams. You can do anything you put your mind to, family. I hope you do that. Hey, yep, 100. Zell said 100. 100. Maxie said, did you ever watch that video offline of the Amazon arrest? Nah, I've seen enough. You feel me? There's certain things I don't, you know what I mean? I don't want in my spirit. You know what I mean? Like seeing, you know what I mean? Somebody get slammed on the floor and arrested. That don't need to be in my spirit. You know what I mean? Like I've seen enough, you know, like I already knew where it's going. I already knew where it was going. So I'm not gonna sit there and watch that. And you know what I mean? You know, Pat says, I don't think I've ever told you I'm about to go back to school again. I finished my basic IT core courses last year. My second course starts soon in June/August. That's what's up. That's what's up. Congrats, fam. Congrats. I got to do a video. I said I was going to do that. I think I am when I start doing some videos, but because I thought it was pretty dope. What is it called? Career choice. They show you your balance. I don't know if you're utilizing career choice. I want to utilize my career choice because it shows my balance. It's like, oh, I got like $5,000 right there. I'm like, I feel like spending something. I feel like spending something right now just because I can see it. It's never back in the day. I didn't have that, so I think that'll be dope. I might have to do a video on that. Did I skip something? Okay, no. Romney says, "Well, will do. Will do, Gio. I'm on it." LZ Smooth. What's good with you, fam? Amazon delivery is so miserable, brother. Brother, who are you telling? I was there. I put in my time. I put in a cool 6 months. I agree. Well, I won't say that. What I would say is not for everybody. It's not. But there were some people there who did love it. But I feel the way you feel. For me, it was not cool. I didn't like it. It was a job though. You know what I mean? And for the most part, it was okay. But it's just like, man, it's so unpredictable. Like you said, 190 stops, 400 plus packages. Those 190 stops, you can have 90 stops. That was great. You can have 95. That was great. You can have 182. That was great. 189. That was great. It can be one stop. That's apartments. And the gate code don't work. You feel me? And then it's one mail room for the whole apartment. All the little things is full. all type, you know what I mean? It could just mess up the whole shift. You know what I mean? There was plenty of times I was like, yo, you know what? This ain't too bad. I'm bouncing around in the van because you know that, you know, it ain't got the springs. So I'm bouncing around, you know, hitting my little turns. Like, man, this is pretty cool. Some extra money. Stop 189. Be there for 3 hours. Shout out to Amazon delivery. You feel me? Oh, but you in the EV? Hold up. All right. You say 190 stops. Yeah, that's deep, man. That's deep. That's deep waters. 190 of them. 190 of them. 400 packages plus, especially driving the EDV. See, I didn't get to drive that. I left right when they was rolling those out. This seems like it would have been better. And you know what I mean? Driving those, I would have thought. But that's what's up. But no, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you, fam. I've been there. I was watching my videos last night, or one of them, after I was watching I was watching this vlog this dude did on Venice Beach. Like I said, we were talking about earlier, Venice Beach is like in horrible condition now. I got to go out there before it gets worse so I can get me some footage. But after that, I was watching one of my old videos of me delivering, and I was just like, yeah. Yeah. An injury, I got injured on that job, a back injury, you know what I mean? Like, and that's not rare. Back injuries on the delivery. When I had mine, a lot of people was like, oh yeah, a lot of people get that. Bruh, that's not cool. You know? Shout out to the delivery side. Who's that? LZ Smooth. Shout out to you, fam. Messi says, what's the silliest reason you saw somebody get themselves fired for? Amazon and otherwise. Amazon. I don't want to say it just because it's real life, you know what I mean? And you know, but it was silly stuff, you know what I mean? Playing, trying to look cool for some females, thinking it's funny. Now they don't know how they're gonna get paid next week. That's silly. You feel me? It's always some dudes trying to show out for some females, losing their finances, and now they got to figure out how they're gonna get paid next week. That's silly. That's silly. That's silly. It's like, bruh, that's silly. That's in the workplace. That's one of the silliest things. Now, dudes doing stuff to, you know what I mean, to show out for females. It's like, bro, you're gonna lose your livelihood. That's goofy. I've seen that in a lot of jobs. But one of the silliest reasons from another job, I can't really. Me, I can use myself. My silly self. I got fired from the easiest job on the planet. I was doing, what's that? Oh, how they say on Friday? What do you say? I was top flight security of the world, Craig. You know me, of the world, Messi. I was top flight. No, but look at, I was gonna do a vlog on this too. I got the thumbnail. I've had it forever, but I had this security job where you sleep on the property. You sleep there. Like you have a trailer. It's like for construction property, security for construction properties. It was a long time ago, but you sleep there and you have a bed in there. You got a TV, you got a refrigerator, you got a shower, all that stuff. It was lit. I had people up there every night. We was in there partying. I had the PS3. Was it PS2 or PS3 during that time? Don't know. Whichever one was the black one. I had the black one, PS whatever. In there playing games. 9 people in the trailer. Completely dark in the construction site, but we in there partying 2 a.m. The video game playing. We in there clowning, and I got fired. How did I get fired? I got fired going to In-N-Out to get me a burger. Oh no, I lied. This was a long time ago. You feel me? I've changed my ways. You feel me? But I went to the homie's house. For no reason. I was like, man, I just want to leave. So I drive to the homie's house, trying to be cool. And it wasn't to be cool. I just wanted to get off the site. I was like, man, I just feel like going somewhere. Pull up to the homie's house. We chopping it up. He like, man, ain't you supposed to be at work? I'm like, yeah, you feel me? This easy money. Ha ha. Yeah. Hold on real quick. Snap, supervisor. Hello? Hello? You know, you're trying to fix your voice. Hello? Yeah, SB, I'm here at the site. Where are you? Put the phone on mute. Hey, bro, I gotta go. Oh, yeah, I'm right across the street. I went to In-N-Out to get. It was a wrap. That was the stupidest. What'd you say? The silliest reason I saw somebody get fired was me. No, I've seen sillier things, but I lost easy money, a fun job, and yeah, it wasn't paying a lot. I was young though, so it didn't matter. But I got to live there, you know what I mean? And I lost the job because I left for no reason. So that was silly. But you live and you learn, you know what I mean? I'm glad I did though. That job was too easy. I would have been there way too long. Way too long. I would have been there. I would have been 30 years old doing security at the construction site. You feel me? So I'm glad that I did lose that job because that was just too easy. There's no, anyways, all right. Gio says Romney the first. I hear you fully. But I think I read this. No? Did I read this? Oh, no, I didn't read this. I hear you, family. I need to do the same. I'm not happy going back to Amazon. I'm seasonal. Only going back. Did I say sneasonal or seasonal? I think I said seasonal. This coffee is getting to me right now. I'm seasonal. Only going back for 3 months by August or September, the start of my dream. All right, there we go. Martin Lawrence. What up, Martin? Good to see you, fam. Good to see you in the building. Good to see you. Messi says, not gonna lie, I didn't watch the whole thing either. Yeah. Yeah. That's like, nah, yeah. I'm not trying to see that. You know what I mean? So I feel you, Messi. How you guys doing? Oh man, we doing great, man. I'm blessed over here, Martin. Good to see you. Everybody who's tuned in, if you ain't that like button yet, hit that like button. Pat the Gamer says, I have been. That's what's up. Martin says, SB, I got a question. How do I get rid of my permissions? How can I get rid of them? I don't know. I've never heard nobody wanting to get rid of permissions. Why you want to do that? Just don't use them. But why would you get rid of them? I've never heard of that before. So let me know. I've never heard that. Yeah, let me know. Let me know, Martin. I used it last year. Okay. Gio says, I'm just a free agent at Amazon this time. I'm just seasonal. That's funny. True, my dreams come first. This is just a side hustle now. Facts, man. Facts. Don't take it too serious. Well, take it serious to keep it, you know what I mean? But don't get all emotionally wrapped up into it. Rivera says, I'm thinking about joining Tom team. Just moving trailers around the yard. You don't need a CDL. You don't need a CDL to start, but they give you a year to get it and they pay for it. Starts at 40 of them. 40? Not 40. That's 40. Let me start off at 40. That's crazy. That's deep. Shout out to Tom. Nah, I don't know. I ain't never heard 40. 40, my bad. Excuse me. I ain't never heard 40. You sure? That's probably the new rate now with everything, you know, me being $1,000 for everything, but $40 and $40 an hour. Wow, that's deep. Might be whipping some trailers myself. You yeah. What's up, y'all? Yes, you read that title correct. SB is now Tom Driver. Nah, I couldn't do it. I used to do Tom. It wasn't called Tom though. It was called a yard dog. I was at this company called Estes West years ago. I was a forklift driver. And then they was like, yo, we just love your work ethic. Like, that's so dope. I've always been a pretty hard worker. Now I look back. They was like, yo, you're just, we love your attitude. We love boom. We need somebody to be a yard dog. We would love for you to be that position. It pays more, boom, boom. But when I got out there, I was probably like 19 or 18. So that's probably why too. But maneuvering them 40 foot trailers is no joke. Like, it's weird. You just move a little bit and the whole thing just be like, shoo. I quickly was like, yeah, nah. But I wouldn't be against it now because, like you said, you don't need it. I mean, I didn't know all this, but what you're saying is true. They help you get your CDL. You can, okay, you got your Tom, you're getting 40 an hour. They just helped you get a new qualification, certification, your CDL or a new license. I believe that's a license, right? Now you can leverage that, or you can use that outside of the company, if you wanted to. That's dope. I might have to look into Tom Team. I'm playing. But I think that's a good move, fam. That's what's up. Keep us posted on that. Keep us posted. Gio says, I went from blue badge to white badge. It's all good, fam. Just bounce back even harder. You feel me? Yo, what up, Micha? Is that Micha? What up? What up? What up? Martin says, how do you guys feel about Amazon drones? I think we don't have a choice at this point. I think we've never had a choice. They just do it. These people just do what they want. And what I mean by these people, everybody, the government, the states, they just do what they want. Like, who voted for that? Who voted for drones? I'm in Arizona, and when I was watching the vlog last night, what street that was. I wonder if that was where they have what's that thing called? The Dow Jones and all that. What is that called? I did a vlog there. I never posted it, huh? I didn't post that. But if that was that street, but it's not. I don't think so. Anyways, who voted for that? I never voted if I was okay and if I would like drones to be flying over my head while I'm watering my rocks in the front of my yeah, I'm in Arizona, we got rocks while I'm watering my rocks, you feel me? That don't sound pause, you know what I mean? But I didn't sign up for that. Did you? Did anybody sign up for that? I'm out here in Arizona in Phoenix or Tempe, we got cars that drive themselves. Who signed up for that? I didn't vote for that. I didn't say, yeah, I'm down with this. Nobody asked me, but now I'm driving past cars every day that drive themselves. These people do what they want to do. And that's facts. I was just on Instagram. I follow some Arizona accounts. And they're showing you planes spraying the skies. They're like, oh, yeah, we use this. And they made up some, oh, yeah, we use this for Who said to do that? I didn't agree to that, Arizona, to spray whatever you claim you're spraying over my head. These people, this country's crazy. They do what they want. People talk about, avoiding a dictatorship. We already almost there, Who's passing all these laws? California had a law passed for them to shower in doo-doo water. Recycle doo-doo water. Who signed that bill? Look it up. Showers in doo-doo water, recycle doo-doo water. That's crazy. Crazy. Sorry. Sorry, I had some coffee today. Having more coffee in here. Coffee is gone. I got a drop left. Hold on. But yeah, I don't like it. But they're gonna do it anyways. Same thing they're gonna do with the cars driving themselves. Same thing they're gonna do with AI taking over. Same thing they do with. They're gonna continue to spray stuff through the skies. They're gonna continue to put what's that stuff called? The stuff in the water. What's that stuff called? Not chlorine. It starts with fluoride. They're gonna continue to put fluoride all through the waters. They're going to continue to put all this pesticides in our food. They're going to continue to make food that ain't real food, but it look real. GMO. You know what? Who voted for any of this stuff? I don't remember voting for GMO food, genetically modified organisms. Huh? Where the fruit? I want an orange. Oh, here's an orange. Oh, cool. But it's modified. It's not really real. All right, let me stop. Pat says 5K really does help with that class. IT gets expensive. Just get your comp TIA. That's what's up. Certification. Nice. Gio says I couldn't be no delivery driver at Amazon. I would have quit in 5-6 hours. Not my style. To each your own. Man, I didn't want to do it either. You know what I mean? But hey, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Andre said, especially when the dude had a girlfriend or a wife at home and has to lie to her about why he got fired. You feel me? It's just like, just work. Just work. Why does it have to be a spectacle at Amazon? I've worked some companies where it's like a clown show. but I've never seen circus performers more than I have seen them with Amazon. I mean, performers, professional clowns. Sorry, it's the coffee, but it's true. Professional clowns. Like, bro, get to Stowe Station. You know that one guy that never stays in a Stowe Station? He always is at the female Stowe Station. Bro, go to work. Like, you have to force him to work. Oh my gosh. I need to go back to the warehouse, man. Those are some funny times. Social, what's the word I'm looking for? Social construct. No, social behavior is hilarious to see how people act. And it's Amazon. For some reason, Amazon is the funniest company on earth. It's hilarious. People's behavior is hilarious. I promise you, you will see clowns. No makeup. You feel me? No fro. No makeup, no fro, no clown shoes, but absolute clowns. Not in a mean way. I mean, doing something, right? To be, as we're on the subject, doing something like for a female to be cool in front of a female and lose your job. You know what I mean? Like, craziest stuff. But I used to love, like, I would just love that part of the job. Seeing how people act in that place. It's a different place. It's a different place. You know what? Maybe because it was night shift. I think it might have been because it was night shift. It was probably because it was night shift. Because even when people came from day shift, they would always be like, yo, this different. I'm like, well, what you mean? This different. I'm like, what you mean it's different? Like night shift? It ain't like this on day shift. So maybe because it was night shift, that's why. Clown show, you feel me? But not everybody was clowns. But you better believe there was clowns present. If there, you feel me? And it's like school. It really is like high school. You have the class clowns. You have class clowns, floor clowns, department clowns. You have department clowns. You know what I mean? And it's not, like I'm saying, not talking about like, in a mean way, but it's like you're doing your behavior is going to lead to your destruction in this place. You're going to lose your job if you continue that behavior up. Oh man, my goodness. Amazon is dope. I always used to say, if they made a reality show with Amazon, through the roof. Ratings through the roof. I promise you, ratings would be through the roof. If they gave me the okay to make a reality show with Amazon, boy, we would be millionaires. All of us. We would all be millionaires. All right. Let me continue. Whew. All right, coffee, y'all. It's the coffee. Especially the dude that has a girlfriend or wife at home and has to lie to her about why he got fired. Or the guy who rides skateboards a pallet jack. Imagine having to explain that to your wife. You got fired. What happened? It's playing back in his head. Yeah, the manager just didn't like me, babe. He fired me because he didn't know you was skateboarding on the pallet jack during stand-up. Yo, people are too much for me, bro. It's too much. And I loved it. I loved it. Oh, I gotta go back. Y'all. Help me get back in the warehouse, y'all. I gotta go back. I missed that place. Like the joy. It's never a dull moment. It's never a dull moment, y'all. I gotta go back. I've decided. I gotta go back to the warehouse. Let me chill. I need to save this energy for the gym. I need to save this for the gym. All right. Gio says it's hard and easy to get fired in Amazon for safety reasons. If they don't like you, you're fired on the spot. If they will give you warnings, it's mainly UPT safety reasons that people get fired. I think that's a good reason to stay on people's good side. You know what I mean? I've seen people be given mercy and grace. It's like, why y'all let that person go, but then let this person go? But it all comes down to, at the end of the day, not breaking the rules. That's why I always say, if y'all see people doing something that ain't supposed to be done, that don't mean you can do it. They just got people that like them. They may not like you or this person or this person. You know what I mean? So I feel you on that, Gio. Always keep your UPT on good terms. Oh, that's Mando. That's fundamental. That's fundamental right there. Your UPT gotta be on point. Gotta be on point. But it's people who live on the wild side. There's been people. Don't be them. No, don't live on the wild side. You know what I mean? Obey the rural side. Messi says, have you touched on the average age at corporate? What are the demographics like? Similar to the warehouse? Nah. I think the warehouse, actually, I think it's an older, barely though. I've seen more older, elderly people, not elderly, but to some elderly. But I've seen it's like the age is a little bit on an average. I would think, my opinion, I think it's a little higher, but it's a gang of young people there too, though. Low key, it's kind of like the warehouse. I can't lie, but a little more older people because you're sitting down and you're in an air conditioned office. No wear and tear in your body, so it is a nice amount. It's more older people on the corporate side, but all the younger people are still there in the corporate side for sure. Dominant. That's more dominant of the youth. You're younger than the older for sure. It's low key. I'm saying it's just like the warehouse, except it's more older people on the corporate side. And I haven't come across no overspill drama. There is drama, you know what I mean? And for sure there's drama, but it doesn't seem to spill over and be as messy as it is the warehouse. Maybe because I'm on day shift. I don't know what night shift be looking like, but I'll be looking. I'll be like, yeah, I can see the drama and I can see the characters, because this is the same characters as at every building. Same characters. I've opened up, a few different buildings. Same characters is always there. Just different names, different faces. When the demographics similar to the warehouse. So yes, it's similar to the warehouse. I would say so. Just a little bit more older people. Martin says, why I want to get rid of them. I don't feel okay with being at packing when they need me. Got you. I don't know. I think you'll probably talk to your manager. They usually, I know of permissions expiring. I've never heard them like getting rid of them though. But I would talk to your AM if anything. Some team is not 40. I think it might be in some areas like a New York. I would expect that. But 40 though, I know that sounds crazy, but I wouldn't be surprised though. I talked to somebody today on Instagram and their PA was starting off at 20 something. And that's a tier 3. So I believe Tom is tier 3. No, I don't remember for sure. So don't quote me on that, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was 40. But yeah, that does sound high. Like I know somebody who came from Tom on the corporate side. It was not 40, but this was a year ago when they told me. So yeah, I don't think, at least, and this is Arizona too. 40, I don't think so. But I did hear it was decent though. But yeah, I agree. I don't know if it's 40 though. Rivera said, no one told me 40. Oh, okay, then yeah, it ain't 40. That's why I was like, 40 of them? You feel me? I don't know about that, but I heard it pays good, so I Googled it, and that's what it says. Oh, yeah. Nah, Google be lying. They always be lying. They put like the most astronomical number possible for a position that's not entry level. Can it max out at 40? I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think so either. Because it's Amazon, you know what I mean? But that I could find out that information. You know what I mean? So maybe next week I can have that info. But yeah, I don't think it's 40. I would say somebody told me and I forgot because I wasn't interested in it. But everyone being on Tom team yesterday, right? How many jobs have I had? I don't know. I had a nice amount though. 20 jobs? Probably more. If I sat down and wrote them down, I probably had a nice amount of jobs. Amazon's the one I think I've been with the longest. Nah. I did armed security. I think I was with them the longest because the company had camera installations, and I did that first. And then I went to their security side, armed patrol security. That was cool, man. I can't lie. That was cool. It was super chill. But I ended up leaving that company. But I don't know the exact number. If I wrote it down, I would at least say 20 off top. I would probably say. First job was Arby's. You feel me? Shout out to Arby's. They always got a special place in my heart. I was 15 and a half when I first started working, and Arby's was my first job. Had some dope memories there. I got my one of my best friends to work there. We would be doing them so stupid. Like we would be having food wars. He would be on the drive-through. They would pull up. Don't do this, kids. Don't do this, nobody. But I put a hot fry right when he's talking to the customer. I'll run up behind him and put a hot fry down his shirt. Like it was just wild. We was doing the most, but we got the job done. But yeah, I've been at Arby's. I worked at a Foot Locker. These are all my younger jobs. What else did I do when I was younger? FedEx. I don't know, but I probably got to do a vlog on that. But I think probably 20 jobs. Maybe. I think so. Gio says, Andre, when I was working in Amazon, I had so many females that used to flirt with me at work. I even got a few numbers and a few IGs. Yes, that would be hard to explain for a married man getting fired. That's deep. Yeah, don't do that, y'all. Don't do that. Rivera says, career choice pays for your CDL school, and you just get your experience on Amazon's yard while you're working on it. That's fire. I wonder if Zell is still in the building. Zell, if you're still in the building, let me know, because he was utilizing Amazon career choice for his CDL, but I haven't been on his page, so I don't know what I haven't been keeping up, but I wonder how that played out, and I wonder why he didn't, if he thought about going to Tom team, if he, Zell, if you in here, man, let me know, fam. I'm gonna have to hit him up on that, even probably off on Instagram, because that seems like that'll be pretty dope, honestly. Sorry if we're holding you up, posting a lot of comments, fam. Holding me up? No, man, I'm good, fam. We here. You feel me? It's Thursday. I got at least 15 minutes. I have to at least do 15 minutes more. My minimum for lives is 2 hours. Gotta hit 2 hours at least. Best of my ability. And I feel good. I love these lives because I don't know, it just makes me, now I'm ready to shoot a vlog. But I gotta go to the gym. So we'll see. Wait, what recycled doo-doo water? I'll pull it up. Yeah, let me pull that up right now. California passes law for shower doo-doo water. I don't know if that's what it's I don't think, of course, it's called that. What was that? But yeah, it was like a recycled. They was using it to so this is California approves rules that can turn sewage into drinking water. But they have more blunt ones, more blunt press release. Like, you could go Google it, do some Googles on that. But it was like 2019 is when because that's when, this was when the pandemic and everything was happening. And I remember when I was like, wait, what? Who passed that law? Is like in California, toilet or shower wastewater would no longer just be dumped into the Pacific Ocean or used. Oh, this is for okay. Here's one of them. It says in California, toilet or shower wastewater would no longer just be dumped into the Pacific Ocean. I didn't know that was dumped into the Pacific Ocean. Hold up, toilet water was dumped. Just that's just not cool. You know how many times I've been in that Pacific Ocean? It makes sense though. I just never felt right about being in the ocean or lakes, rivers, sitting water. You know, because I'll be looking into pesticides and is that what's called? Pesticides? Parasites. I say pesticides. Parasites, just stuff that it just ain't cool. You know what I mean? Anyways, my bad. California, toilet or shower water will no longer just be dumped into the Pacific Ocean or used for farmlands. Hold up. It was used for farmlands, like for our food. So our food was being grown in doo-doo water, dirty body water, eating a fresh pear. So you think, and been marinated in body water, and never mind. All right, my bad. Focus. All right. In California, toilet or shower water would no longer just be dumped. This is CNN into the Pacific Ocean or used for farmland. Now it will be recycled into drinking water. California's Water Resource Control Board will introduce direct potable reuse, a program designed to pump recycled water into the public drinking water system. Disgusting. But just Google that. That was from CNN. Yeah, that's CNN. 2023. That's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Nasty. I thought it was just shower. They drinking boo-boo water. Body dirty water. That's crazy. I never messed with tap water. Nah, no. I can't remember the last time I had tap water. But yeah, if you Google it, that pops up. And I didn't know they dumped it in the ocean. That's crazy. They just dumping sewer waste in the ocean. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to YouTube that. I want to see what that looked like. All right. SB is talking crazy already, but it's true, unfortunately, right? I know. We ain't even hit the conspiracy hour yet. I was a little early, but yeah, it's true. Who voted for any of this stuff? None of us. We ain't. Well, they need to bring in voting. Do you think we should still tax Americans? You know, should you still pay taxes and then pay taxes on your house and then pay taxes on your food and then pay taxes on your gas and then pay taxes on your cell phone and then pay taxes on you feel me? Like, bruh, they finna hit us with oxygen tax. What is it called? It's not another nonsense they pushing. This is just too much. It's too much, man. And we ain't vote for none of this. That's what I'm saying. We already in a dictatorship. It's the left wing, right wing, but the bird does what it's been doing what it wants. Everybody's voting for somebody, but who voted for all this nonsense to be in front of us? That's what I'll be trying to tell y'all. Oh, I'm voting for him or this side, that side. Look at everything being done that nobody voted for. Who voted for us to send billions of dollars to these foreign countries? Who voted for us to take the dollar off the gold standard? Who voted for the Federal Reserve that's not federal? Nobody. The bird, the left wing and the right wing, the bird does what it wants to do. And it's called the illusion of choice. People think they got a choice, but the bird does what it wants to do. That's why the bird shut down Earth and said, everybody be inside by 6 p.m. Who voted for that? Who voted? The bird said, get you this shot or you can lose your job. Who voted for that? The bird does what it wants to do. And people think that we're free and they think we have this choice. Let me go to this next comment. Shout out to Pat the Game. All right. Andre says, think about it. We never had real bananas. Why? Why? Why can't we have real bananas? It's a banana. How come the trees around the city aren't growing fruits? They got trees everywhere. Why not plant fruit trees? Why not plant trees that's going to grow food just around our country? You know what I mean? Because never mind. But yes, great questions. Great points. ND says, thanks for the words of encouragement. For sure, of course, fam. Gio says, I used to see females at my old Amazon wear a lot of makeup, get all cute. Oh man, we ain't gonna get on this topic. we ain't gonna get on this topic. Get all cute for work. Try to impress us guys. Females used to do it the most, followed by the black chicks. Sometimes I felt like flirting with the females is work as well. So basically you brought up them. Now that's a great point. Getting dolled up for work. Amazon warehouse work. But that goes back to, for me, my social, you feel me? I watch a lot. I love watching people. I love watching social areas, social groups. And when I think everything speaks about a person. So if a person is coming to Amazon warehouse dolled up, I mean, I would just, I would have, because we have no choice but to judge. You don't carry out your judgment on people, but if you do judge a book by its cover, I do. Like, you're going to judge people. If I see somebody walking around with a police officer suit, I'm judging. Oh, yeah, that's a cop. If I see somebody walking around in a firefighter suit, oh, that's probably a firefighter. If I see somebody who walking around the strip with prostitution clothes, they're probably a prostitute. You know what I mean? So, but I use that same, if I'm walking down a dark alley and I see some people, you feel me, sagging and banging and throwing up signs, I'm not going that way. Or if I do, you feel me, like, I'm aware I may have to, you feel me? It may be what it may be, but I'm aware. Anyway, sorry. So it's not everybody, but I noticed, I saw that too. But I would watch. And sometimes you would see those that do that, go those extra, dolled up. I'm not saying presentable. It's okay to come to work presentable, and it's okay to be fresh at work. That's okay. But yeah, there's like sometimes where they do the extra, and it's like, we're going to be sweating in here. This is a warehouse. We're going to be moving. And it's like dolled up. They just, that's just probably them, first of all. So I never judged and treated nobody wrong, but it's just like, okay, it could be multiple things. That's just them. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how they anywhere they go, they want to be dolled up. Okay, that's them. That's how they rock. But then sometimes it's like, those are the ones who do like to be approached and do be on that time. You know what I mean? But I just think it's interesting because you do see that there. You know what I mean? I did see that. And, as I watched everything, it's just like, it's interesting. That's why I like about Amazon too. Is so much people, the turnover rate so quick. You get to see people. You know what I mean? I love the workplace because it's like overall life, but it's quicker. You know what I mean? Like, you can't really, like, if you just meet a friend, right, outside of work, it's gonna take a year or two to know them because you guys don't hang out every day. It's real easy to cloak, you feel me, their attitude. In the workplace, you get to see things quicker because you're with them every day. They can't escape you. You're going to see how they face challenges every day. You're going to see how they respond when they're in a bad mood. You know what I mean? It's just the workplace is like a quicker version of life to me. So I would always be watching stuff. You know what I mean? That's one of the things, I did see, and it's like certain characteristics follow, you know what I mean? Kind of come with that, and if you know. But shout out to design, shout out to the workplace. I love people watching. I love analyzing stuff. I saw that, Oh, wait, my bad. Mr. Tim, what up, Mr. Tim? Good to see you. Shout out from Ohio. What it do, Mr. Tim? What up, fam? Good to see you. Good to see you. I mean, sometimes I feel like flirting with the females at work as well. Mr. Tim, whoa, got some weird delay going on. I hear what you're saying. Then your lips move like 3 seconds later. I know sometimes it happens, but we good now. We good. Good looking though, Mr. Tim. Thanks for the heads up. Gio says favoritism is real. I did a video on that, but here's the thing. There's a earned favoritism. I'm not against favoritism. There's a earned favoritism. There's a deserved favoritism, in my opinion. And then there's a, you feel me? A biased, unjust, you feel me? There's a, you know what I mean? A wrong favoritism. I think if somebody puts in that work, somebody who always goes above and beyond, who always kills it, who always has a great attitude, if they get favored, why not? You know what I mean? And I'm not even, I've experienced that. I've got a lot of favor in the workplace because of my attitude, because going above and beyond, because just showing love to everybody. You know what I mean? So I've been on the side of being favored, but then I also seen that. I've seen other people received it and it was just, you know, it's like, I bet like he deserves that, you know? But then you see the times just because somebody's leggings is legging, you feel me? Somebody's leggings is legging. They leggings is legging. I said they they get, and you feel me? And the red carpet rolls out. I'll be like, bruh, you know, we all see you, right? They're like, yes, ma'am. You know, oh, I'm not even gonna. But the red carpet, sometimes though, there's a flip side to that. There's a flip side to that. I've seen where they, you know, they present and they move like that, and then they manager's a female and they not with that. And it, you know what I mean? And then it's like some hate. You listen, I've seen it all in the workplace, but yeah, favoritism. But here's the thing. We gotta stay out of favoritism. If it's going on, you just gotta stay out of it. I've seen it. I've been affected by it in a negative way. I've seen the red carpets rolled out for the leggings. You know what I mean? And it's like I'm over here trying to move up. I'm trying to kill it. But the leggings, you know what I mean? They did his thing. That's crazy. You feel me? Like red carpet rolled out. But what did I do? I learned quick. And that's not my fight. You feel me? I was hot. Oh, I was hot. But you're not gonna win like that. Listen, who goes and travels down that road, they're not gonna last anyways. You know what I mean? There's gonna be a time where the position is going to have to match the skill. The skill is going to have to match the position at some point. And because they've had the red carpet rolled out, they're not going to perform. You know what I mean? I've seen that time and time again. So, and then even in me being affected by it in a negative way, that helped develop me. That was character development. I didn't even know it at the time. You know, so that's the way to operate. When that favoritism goes on, that legging favoritism, they get the red carpet. Don't even trip. Don't trip. Listen, you can't hate the game. It's life. It's life, fam. You know what I mean? That's life, you know, but just, you gotta, you know, don't let it change you. Don't get bitter. You just keep being great, keep killing it. And eventually just, you know, your just due will come. I said earlier, everyone's treating, okay, favoritism role, Amazon. And this is not just Amazon. It just happens. It just seems to happen more because it's way more associates, way bigger place. But this is in the workplace in general. I've seen this at every job. You feel me? People, you know, and it's not even always the leggings for sure, but sometimes it's a dude who's a fresh dude, and the manager may be, you know, a woman, and they get the red carpet. So it's not just the females. I'm just saying that's more of a general, you know what I mean? Like I said earlier, everyone is not treated the same. It all depends on if they like you or not. I've seen people with bad GPT stay. And like I'm saying, it's not just Amazon. This is the workplace in general, you know. If that was somebody they didn't like, they would have been up out of there. That's deep. Rivera says, I'm in New York. Shout out to Rivera, man. I think that's one of the dopest cities, man. New York is New York is super dope. I loved it out there. That's what's been playing. That's always what's playing in the background. This video, my regular vlogs, it's always New York. Geo says, I never like packing. Martin is boring. The time goes by slow. I like stowing the best. It goes by fast. It's fun for me, and your numbers get recorded. I feel you. I think the only thing I would disagree, from my opinion, time did go by pretty fast. But I think I agree with you. Hands down, I think stowing is just better. Hands down. I agree with you. Believe, what up? Believe, what up? What up? Tom Team might be $40 an hour in NYC, right? But we don't know. You know what I mean? Got to run that by HR. Maybe safety L4 makes that in the delivery station. Not starting though. It's an L4 position. Got you. Yeah, I'd agree. I don't think it's 40 starting either. I don't even think it probably gets to 40. That got to be like the next level, not entry level. But I don't know. I'll see if I can reach out to some of the Tom people I'm connected with and see if I can get a $sign base pay. Macy Messi says Amazon Pharmacy, Amazon Medical, and RME. If you know, you know. Rivera says, I think Tom Team is the best route. Number one, will hire you with a CDL without experience. I'm going to take advantage of this. Run it, my guy. Run it up, fam. Do it. Handle that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Gio said, it seems like we are all working at Amazon for now because it pays. Decide until we get our real goals and career path and true calling. Nothing wrong with that. I'm doing that for sure. You know, I don't see there's, especially right now, we have to be aware. This is not, our economy is not in a healthy place. The workforce is not healthy right now. I don't think this is the time to just be moving around and making all these random moves right now. I think now you got to be more calculated than ever on your employment. You know what I mean? And I just don't think now would be a time to leave, you know, just for how it's looking outside. But yeah, utilize it for your calling, you know, utilize it though. I think it's a good company to utilize. Earl, what up though, fam? Good to see you. What's going on with what's going on, your boy SB? What's going on with you, fam? Hope all is well with you. Good to see you tapped in. Everybody who's tuned in, if you haven't yet, be sure to hit that like button. Good to see you, Earl. Always good to see you. Rob says, no 36 hours RT shift anymore. What they do with that? They got rid of it or what? That's deep. And well, hopefully the RT shift, I don't think that was like a ginormous shift. So hopefully they were able to get squeezed into front half, back half, or donut or something. Those shifts, hopefully. Gio says, we all drink recycled water. They use cleaning filters to purify the water. I guess now, but in Cali, though, the thing that I just read, I guess it was not always like that. It said it was going to the Pacific Ocean and farming. But I I think the drinking water was already recycled, though. I don't, not toilet water and shower water. The shower water was recycled, but not being used to drink. They were saying it's now being used to drink. That's crazy. We got to go start digging up our own wells again. You feel me? Because that's a hard day at Amazon, and you got to drink some doo-doo shower water. Nah, you feel me? I'm straight. Earl said, how's being back in the office? Man, I do not like it. It is what it is. You feel me? I'm adjusted, but I just hate the commute that I have to make. I don't hate it. I dislike the commute. It's a challenge. The office, what's the word? The office culture is cool, but it's not, you know what I mean? It's not me. It's like, yeah, I'd rather be in the warehouse. So it's cool. I'm hanging in there. You know what I mean? I'm doing what I got to do. But I'm trying to get out at this point. But you know, there's people who love it though. People do love it. It's just, I don't know. Maybe because I live so far from it. If I didn't live so far, I'd probably be different, but I kind of live a nice ways away. And that kind of causes you know what I mean? It makes it a little more challenging for me to do things like YouTube because my 12-hour work days are now 14, 15 hours be due to the, the driving and all that stuff. Andre says, I remember Futurama when Fry learned everything was recycled, even the sandwich he was eating in the episode. And I think there's a lot of truths in these shows. You feel me? On The Simpsons, Futurama, all these shows. Terminator, you feel me? There's this movie I saw, The Island. That movie was fire. The Matrix, fire. But I think there's a lot of stuff that they put in these movies that be telling the truth. You feel me? The Truman Show. What's some other good movies that be telling the truth? They clone Tyrone. You feel me? They clone Tyrone. That movie is hard. I think that's a documentary. You feel me? But yeah. Shout out to Andre. What's good with you, fam? If y'all ain't hit that like button, where we at on these likes, y'all? Y'all hit that like button? If y'all ain't hit it yet, hit it. Hit it. Go ahead and hit that like button for me, y'all. My last upload was over a month ago. I gotta upload a regular vlog for real. But yeah, if you guys didn't hit that like button, hit the like button. If you ain't subscribed yet, subscribe. All right. Earl says taxes to keep people poor. I'm starting to believe that more and more each day. I think inflation too. Geo says my cell phone is free and it's 5G, unlimited talking, text, and internet. My point is I don't pay taxes on the cell phone, y'all. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Whatever, if it works for you, it works for you. Sean, what's good, Sean? Been a minute from you in a minute. What I just say? It's been a minute since I seen you. Good to see you, Sean. I somehow got unsubscribed from your page. I had no idea. I think YouTube be doing that silly stuff. Prime. Okay, hold on. And if anybody who else is watching it, you ain't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and hit the like button. All right. Prime week is creeping. Bruh, it's creeping too quick for me. Yeah, I'm not excited at all. And good to see you, Sean. It's been a minute, fam. Good to see you. Pat the Gamer said, my building is still building grocery and the pharmacy department. That's what's up. That's what's up. What does that mean? That means there's room for growth. You know what I mean? So, or more areas to grow in. That's what's up. Gio says that was a response to Andrea earlier comment. I was relating to how guys can get caught up on the women, even if they get fired for losing their jobs because of women at work. Oh, okay, got you. Sam Lee, what up, Sam Lee? What's good? When I first started getting money, I wore Monster and Balenciaga to get to work. And there's nothing wrong with that, Sam. But like you said, that's when you first started getting money. So hopefully you matured, you know what I mean? Because what does that do? It does something though. It depends what you're after. If you're after attention from certain people, oh yeah, that's gonna get it. You mobbing around with Balenciaga, and what else you say? You know what I mean? There's people that's going to manipulate because of the perception. You know, yeah, you set a certain perception. That's what's up. But hopefully we mature through that, especially in these times, because funds can go to more, you know what I mean? In my opinion, can go to more useful things than a brand, you know? But I understand, like you said, when you first started getting money, people gonna do what they gonna do. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. When I first started getting money, I was buying see-through Bapes. You feel me? And Evisu jeans when I was 15 and 16, just working a job. So I understand. I've been there. You remember the see-through Bapes? I was buying those back in the day. You know, so I've been there, but I'm matured. You know, and even now, if you see me at work, yeah, I look. You know, I fit in. But most people wouldn't expect me to probably be a homeowner. You feel me? But brand new home, 4 bedrooms, 2,100 square feet. You know what I mean? New build. People probably wouldn't have thought that. You know what I mean? People probably wouldn't have thought, got my own studio and producing projects. You feel me? Songs over 1 million views. You feel me? In music videos. Not on this channel, my faith page, but you know what I mean? Why? Took the resources out of the garbage, not garbage, out of the excessive spending or the overspending on clothing and started using it and investing it into other things that help bring in income, you know? So that's what I'll be hoping most people do, especially in these times, to let go of those, or at least pull back. At least if you still, there's people who that's just them. They gotta wear the Balenciaga, they gotta wear the Gucci. I ain't here to judge nobody. Do your thing. You feel me? If you got to, like, if that's how you want to, if that's how people want to move, move how you move. I would just encourage people to divest from that, at least for a while, at least for right now, to use it to create more resources. That would be my only thing. I don't see nothing wrong with it. But in these times, you feel me? It's just like, because especially with them being exposed, not Balenciaga, but like the purses, how most of that stuff is made in China. It's just a brand. They even did a story on this a long time ago where they made a whole shoe store in a mall and they promoted it as luxury, marked all the prices up, crazy prices, and the shoes was Payless. And they brought celebrities in and all this stuff, and they looking at the shoes and they like, oh, this is nice. I love this, the texture, da 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 da. Oh, boom, 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 boom. And then at the end they tell them, oh yeah, this is from Payless, and their mind is blown. It's all perception. You know what I mean? So shout out to Sam. Marcel says we have a new site leader. She's from Baltimore. Shout out to Baltimore. That's what's up. Hopefully, she brings the change needed there. That's needed, and a cool site leader. Earl says, how is inflation affecting you right now, especially since you got to go back in the office? I feel it. I feel it for sure. So, I feel like I got to put in more work now, work more overtime, even though I always felt like that because I'm always trying to put my money into something, creating something. So it just sucks because now more money has to be pulled out of the creative investments into necessities. So that, that kind of sucks. But it's all about, you got to be able to adjust. That's life. You feel me? Like, it's all about adjusting and how you adjust and how quick you can adjust, So I'm just trying to make those adjustments. Do I feel it? Yeah, I feel it. But can't, I don't have the time to complain and don't want to use the energy to complain. Try to just use the energy to create, so it's affected me. And how, of course, financially, you know what I mean? So I think I explained that. But, pulling out of funds and budgets that for other things, now have to go to those necessities that increased. You know what I mean? Gio said, I agree. And D says, you win sometimes and you lose sometimes. No one's always winning or losing all the time. There you go. That's a great mindset right there. Facts. You got to keep it going no matter what. Gio says 99% of Amazon jobs are starting off as seasonal now. I remember last year at some locations, they was hiring blue badges out the gate. The job market is tough. Best to stay at Amazon for now. I would agree. That's kind of what I've been saying since, you feel me? Like, lock in here. And if you got to get some extra cash, do your thing. Or if it's a necessity that you have to leave, just make sure you do your due diligence. I would always say it's best, if you're going to leave a job, make sure you have a job before you leave a job. You feel me? I think that's wisdom right there. Have a job before you leave a job. You feel me? Don't just, unless it's an emergency, you feel me? It's a red alert where you feel me? You just feel too much stress, too much pressure. Understandable. You got to do what you got to do so you don't break yourself. So that's in that situation, that's understandable. But just leaving a job just because you don't like it without having one in these times, nah, that's not what we're doing. That's not acceptable. We got to have a job before we leave the job. Sean says business is still good in my building. High head count pickers every day. That's what's up. Rock, snatch up that VET. Messi says, so what's stopping you from going back to the warehouse? I got to find a position. But yeah, I think I'm ready. I think it's time. So I'm definitely looking for sure. And then too, here's the thing too, location. I don't want to, if the distance is far, just like the office, I still would rather take the warehouse, but that's not, you know what I mean? I'm looking for distance to be closer and position. Those two things are kind of my determining factors right now. If I can get a good distance and a good position, then I'm gonna definitely shoot for that. Gio says this Amazon I'm working at is 13 miles away instead of 5. Like my old location, that's okay. Yeah, 13 miles, that ain't bad at all, fam. Just realized I'm not sub anymore, bruh. They tripping. It's Amazon. Look, I'm gonna blame Uncle Jeff. You feel me? YouTube, man, they be tripping. They be doing silly stuff. Yeah, if you unsubscribe, you feel me? Hit that subscribe button, fam. And everybody else, if you ain't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. I don't know why they do that. And then also hit the notification bell too. Gio said, okay. Earl says, what if Amazon starts limiting overtime? Will you still stay? I'm staying. I'm staying. I'm staying. I'm at a point, I'm on the corporate side. I'm at L4. I ain't going nowhere. They're going to have to give me a severance package. You know what I mean? That's why, especially people at my level, I wouldn't leave if you, nah. They cut down hours. They cut overtime. Okay, cool. I'm going to go find a part-time job, but I ain't leaving. I'm invested. You feel me? Like, I've been here too long. All right. They cut down because this happened in the recession. They a lot of jobs cut down their 40s. People didn't even get 40 hours. Let's say they cut down to 30 hours. Still ain't leaving. Let's say they cut down to 15 hours. I ain't going nowhere. You feel me? I'm gonna need that severance package. That's the only way I'm leaving. They give me a severance package because it's getting shut down. Then I'm leaving for sure. Bet, give me that. Why would I miss out on that? You know what I mean? But until then, I would, let's say if they decrease, let's say, because that's a very plausible thing that can happen, overtime getting cut. I got to step it up in other areas. You know what I mean? Even before I look for another job, I think I would probably try to go in on YouTube to cover the difference. Use that extra time, investing in the YouTube, and see if I can recoup that from here. If not, then at that point, I'm gonna have to get another job. You know, keep an Amazon, but get a part-time gig. Sean said, not bragging, but my Amazon building is 5 minutes down the street. Man, that's beautiful. One day I had a car trouble. I just walked to work. You in the game. You in the game, Sean. You in the game, fam. Marcel said, what's the LA? I forgot. I'm a 4. 6 is ops. 7 is what? Senior. So an 8, I guess, is a site lead. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. If anybody else in here knows, dropping anything, I can check. I got phone tools. Can't check it right now, but I can find out. But I'm not. I think it's probably somewhere around there, though, like a site lead or something. Geo says Sean White. That was the only Amazon I found in my area close enough to get. Yeah, that's cool, fam. You in a good distance. Earl said I pick office over warehouse. Warehouse is hard on your body. If you get like sick or something, you can still work. Totally understand. But for me, this is where we're all different. I like that on my body. I use my Amazon warehouse as my cardio purposely. I would be using the ladder, climbing up and down that thing any chance that I could get. You know, most people don't. They'll I was in Stowe. They would send the pod away instead of using the ladder to climb up. I'm using that. I'm what's that thing called where how many units you fill? I forgot what that's called. No stow turnaway. My no stow turnaway was low. I'll be averaging 20 items into every pod because I'm utilizing that ladder to shoot, building a bridge, going low, shoot. So I like that because the first couple months, my body hurt. After that, I was a super soldier. Look at my old videos. Face all cut up, body all cut up. I was in the best shape ever when I was working in the warehouse. Yeah, it hurts at first, but then you feel me? At least for me, some people they don't get to that point, but for me, I was in the best shape of my life. And even days where I would be sick, when you're walking and sweating, you're sweating that out. You know what I mean? But everybody's different. I totally understand though. Everybody's different. Here's the thing when it comes to the corporate side. Look into how unhealthy it is to be sitting down all day with no movement. It's very unhealthy. You know what I mean? Very unhealthy. Gio says that was the only Amazon hiring in 13 miles. Ain't nothing. It's only 15 miles away. That's nothing. That's official. Sean White says, my building has water spider vest now. What? Why they do that? Why they do that? I'm going to tell you, incentive. You feel me? It's not when people see you with a vest, people take pride in that, which is good. So, and then visibility to know who's who. So that makes sense too. Like, all right, it's very easy now, very visible of who the indirects are. Makes sense. But also, any type of vest in the Amazon culture, from what I've seen, it gives a sense of pride, as it should, which is dope. If they had vests when I was a water spider, I would have it still. I got all my vest. I got my ambassador, my PA, and the leadership vest. And I was never in leadership. They gave it to me because that's how good I was. And we was just that dope together. But if I would have had an indirect vest, water spider vest, I would have that too. That's official. That's a but it's a flip side. Some people let the vest get to their head, that vest ego. Imagine they got water spider vest ego. Oh gosh, that's funny. I think I could see that going out to the whole network. That's pretty dope. Marcel says, "Come to Texas, man. I would, but the housing market, from what I've seen, is not it over there at the moment. Um, and then just the weather out there, like Arizona. Um, I don't know. Shout out to Texas though. I kind of would want to for land. That's my next move. If I can, I'm grateful for what I have. But my next move, I would love to get land. And I think Texas would be a good spot. But I don't think America is the spot anymore. You know what I mean? For land, they're passing so many laws that it don't make sense, So because I don't just want land, I want land to build upon to become self-sufficient, self-sustaining. Feel me? Wells, not real well, but like wells for water, animals to eat and grow food. And they're passing so much legislation, like laws against that stuff. You know what I mean? It's starting to seem like out of the country is the only option. But shout out to Texas, though. I definitely got to go out there to visit again. Texas is a dope state from what I've experienced. It was pretty cool. Big. I mean, that state huge. It took like 24 hours once we got to Texas. I went there on tour one time and we were celebrating because it was like border of Texas. We was like, hey, let's go. Turned the music up. We was taking 5-hour shots. Boom. 10 hours go by. We still in the desert. Bro, where the city at? Texas is no joke, fam. Texas is ginormous. Shout out to Texas. Gio says, I also have a 150cc Honda motor scooter and an 80 MGP. This is Sean White's comment. It's cheaper for me to get around. Hey, you feel me? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Handle that, my guy. That's what's up. Earl says, yeah, but I used to be super healthy, man. Worked out and eat organic home cooked food all the time. Out of nowhere, I just got chronic disease, and now I'm glad I'm in the office. That's what's up. More so than the warehouse. That's what's up. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody's story's different. You feel me? Nothing wrong with that at all, fam. I'm happy for you because both positions need to be filled. You know what I mean? So there's nothing better than being in a position that you like to be in. So that's what's up. That's what's up. And hopefully, you continue to get better, fam. Gio says, Sean. Oh wait, what did Sean say? Gio said, yo. Says Sean, gas prices are high here in California. Oh, yeah. Cali, yeah, they be having high prices on everything. Sean said the water spider vest has a red spider on the back of it. Nah, I don't like that. I don't like that. That's what's up, though. Marcel says we have an AM from New York, and he bought a house here because the cost of living is cheap. What city? What city you in? I think Austin was the one that was pretty expensive. Even Houston went up. I heard all the areas went up from when it used to be, but that's pretty much all metropolitan areas. You know what I mean? But shout out to Texas. And then he came from New York. You feel me? So it's like 5 stacks for a 1-bedroom out there anyway. So he probably like, yo, Texas is nice. Earl said, otherwise, I'd be homeless or back to living with my parents. Thanks, SB. I always watch your videos. Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you. Of course, it's all love, my dude. Lubbock, Texas. That's probably why. That's probably why. Shout out to Lubbock. You know what I mean? Lubbock. Is it Lubbock? That don't even sound English. That sounds like something overseas. Yeah, I don't think inflation hit Lubbock. You know what I mean? I think, like the Houston, Austin, those bigger markets, I've seen an increase there. But Lubbock, I've never even looked into that. That sounds like they probably still got some good prices there. And that's okay. If there's like I'm in the city Buckeye. People don't like a Buckeye. What's that? You know what I mean? And I took advantage of it, So maybe the Lubbock is the Texas Buckeye. You know what I mean? So that's dope. That's what's up. Shout out to Lubbock. Sean says I only been in California once, and I remember being angry about gas prices. All right, y'all. We're gonna end this because your boy SB got to get in this gym. Check to see if you're still subscribed. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you're subscribed, hit the notification bell. This was a dope live. Hopefully, I'm not too drained by this session I'm finna get in, so I can come back and shoot some vlogs. This definitely put me in a mood to shoot some vlogs. LBB5. Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that. Shout out to you, Marcel. Shout out to Texas. But everybody, we had a dope live tonight, man. Y'all, everybody who was tuned in, we got Marcel, we got Sean, we got Earl, of course, we got Gio. You feel me? We got who else we have in here? Did I say yep? Said Earl already. We got Messi, we had ND, we had Sam. You feel me? We had Pat the Gamer, we had Andre, we had Rob Digital. We had Rivera, Messi, Believe. Who else we have in here? Mr. Tim. Shout out to Mr. Tim. Shout out to all y'all. Feel me? Andre. Who else we have in here tonight? Martin, LZ Smooth, Pat the Gamer, Misha. Everybody who was tuned in tonight, man. Definitely enjoyed you guys. Had a super dope live, 2 hours and 30 minutes. That's what's up. It felt like 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Nah, it felt longer than that, but it felt like 30 minutes. Didn't feel long at all. So, man, y'all have a blessed week, man. Y'all take care. Y'all be safe out there. We're going to be back next Thursday. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. It's your boy, SB. Let's go. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Let's get it.